their thing, talking with people, meeting things, relaxing as before in training. Meanwhile, Sam bumping into Seven in the hall and then go back to the room and find out, hey, there's a second assassin. Oh, hi, oh, we wanted to talk about. Oh, so you're responsible for the flowers. Oh, your guy died just to send a message. And, oh, you're not alone. Wait, you're not alone.
And then, if I remember correctly, it was they cast Go to Sleep, and then I think they drew weapons.
Yeah, they want to take you alive, they said. And then they were drawing weapons, and the other one did a surprise round of trying to put you to sleep, which you made the check. Very
And then I
impressive.
failed the other check because this is her nightmare come to life.
Heads are gonna roll.
You're not wrong in that statement, Chig.
Let's go one of two ways. It'll be interesting either way.
Yeah, all I can say is, um, literally, nightmare come to life for her. Not because of the drow, but because of roleplay reasons. Oh boy.
We'll just grab Sam and put her up here for quick second.
Is
And
that
then
a
we'll
horse?
just
No
go
horse for you.
there and then
Of course a horse. What else?
Mr. Ed.
That's just a druid.
That's
And we will just draw a quick little room like so.
Is the doorway that big?
Mm, And table and bed roughly. I don't expect things to get too difficult in the room-like area, considering how things might go foobar quickly, especially
It's
with crazy cranky Sam.
it's not cranky. It's just serial killer.
kinky.
No, no, no. Because if Estella got in the way, Estella might die.
No one's a friend. Everyone
Think Frenzy
hates
Barbarian right now,
you. Kill them all, Sam.
but with the calculating ability of a wizard or a rogue.
So rough idea in case some of this does bleed out into like the hall section. Obviously, down over here leads into the long corridor of the caverns, which leads outside this little like branched off residential area that you and Seven like to hang out in. And back off toward this way would lead out toward the waterfall. Back this way leads back to like the trap door on the ground and branches off to other areas, which lead up to the top of the waterfall and onto lower areas like where you went to the torture chamber for the drow. Seven went to, and you went down to fix the bindings for the lycanthrope at night. Place is big. I'm not drawing at all.
Which, by the way, the bindings for the lycanthropes is still under construction, thanks to spells, because those are automated.
And also, I don't expect you to try to run through this whole damn place.
No, I just needed essentially the room and the doorway. I didn't even need the rest, unless they've got an insane tumble check and are going to be doing that shit.
Well, a little bit of a cul-de-sac area, so I figured I'd draw that out, and it has other rooms similar to yours. So, thus, there's the doorways.
Okay,
So
let's
there
see how
they
bad this
are.
goes.
There you are. Add to turn order, and they need names.
They get names?
They get names. What passes for names, I guess.
Thing one and thing two.
Drow 2, Drow
Uh,
3, since Drow 1 is dead.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I was going to say, if they're getting actual names, I'm concerned.
My name's John Drow, and this is Peter Drow. You're,
And you
you're, you're
just kill
kidding,
Paul.
right?
So, where's Paul? He's the one you killed. Got it.
You
Oh my
killed
god.
Paul, my life partner.
The Drow brothers.
Hey, I can't say I robbed Peter to pay Paul, but I did kill Paul to save Peter.
I say that everybody's heart has room for two. Take that in any context you wish.
So if I opened up your chest cavity, there'd be room for two hearts in there?
I am not the doctor. I didn't mean it that way. Maybe I should add metaphorically in front of
I
that.
should. Damn, that was actually a comment in line with 7. I should.
Ooh.
That was a 7 level statement. Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't.
Always a problem.
Well, let's hope that's the only high rolls they have for tonight.
It's called High Dex with Improved Initiative. Not unusual. Kind of
Lies,
expecting it.
lies, lies.
Versus
For
my
rogue,
character who only has a 2 dex.
yeah, not all gonna be a problem. They're gonna be.
It's gonna be a problem.
She's gonna go all Kill Bill on them.
Not wrong. Not wrong at all.
Except for more Kill Ninja.
I know this sounds stupid, but I kind of want to make an archer barbarian.
That'll be Ranger Barbarian.
No.
Against you.
Well, she said Archer Barbarian, but yeah. That would be interesting.
It's doable. You can even enchant the bow to be used in melee so you can start beating a guy to death with it. Otherwise, the increased strength could just add to the composite nature, doing more damage.
And then
Doable.
add Berserking to it.
So when raging, the bow is even more deadly.
Yeah.
No, fair. I've never imagined it, never seen anyone attempt to do something like that. So lots of fun options.
I've
I
done
would
Ranger
wanna
Scout
do
and
it.
Rogue Scout, but.
I would want to do it Mongolian style though.
Oh, mounted combat?
There's
Oh god, that would be beautiful for Scout because it counts as because that would count as movement.
Ranger for the archer part would allow you an animal companion, which you could then put a saddle and armor on if you wanted, and thus ride around on it. And then you could take the mounted combat feats for shot on the run and such like that. Be able to pop shots while you ride around.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, it's totally doable.
Oh,
Her neck sense is tingling.
Yeah, those are her
Ooh.
next sense that are tingling.
I get excited. Although that's probably a bad thing because then lots of things happen.
The bodies need to hit the floor.
Well, his bodies typically hit the floor anyways, but yeah.
Alrighty, so we will begin this combat session with them, sort of rehashing the conversation. They basically admitted to being responsible for flowers, delivering the message, and being here. At which point they asked that you come along quietly. You refused. Which point they said they were going to force you. They drew weapons, and he said he wasn't alone. And boom, sleep spell from behind, surprise round, and initiative now. At which point, drow number 3, that you were holding a pleasant conversation with, has his weapon drawn, looks at you, and responds in common. This is unfortunate, Samantha. We did hope that you'd come along peacefully. We didn't expect it, considering your history. But, and I don't mean offense, but you're not quite as powerful as we remember you being. But then again, the individual with the birds did tell us where to find you, and we're not going to miss this opportunity. At which point, he'll grab a hold of his cloak, say a word, and take a step and vanish. And your turn.
Alright, Michael, first of all, in Rosh Hashanah, she starts saying the thing I sent you,
You start chanting your battle prayer.
as well as, gonna cast offensively, swift action, because I am swift casting this, Still in combat, so I still have to do the cast defensively.
Just in case he's next to you, because a free attack of op while stealth he would love.
Teleport.
Whee!
Boom! To there.
Doorway it is, okay.
I can only move 3 squares with that teleport.
Short range, dimensional step or hop or whatever.
Dimensional hop, yep. It only goes a short distance.
Very much.
Yeah.
Next.
And then ready action. Next one that gets in reach of me will be hitting with sword. With a spell on it. But yes, continuing saying that. Let me double check which version I got listed as the main for what she's saying. Yeah, it's gonna be the second one I sent you, the shorter one, the one that's only 4 lines long, not the full length one.
Chant that under your breath
That's
and head down and then step and
one's a battle prayer, the other's a war prayer.
And next and next, drown number 1 will then make his move up towards you. Weapon drawn.
Swinging. Hold up. Why do these numbers are so blasted high? Hold up. I was fixing to do something with the wrong numbers put on here. I do not have a 3 for specialization. I do have a 2 for that. Okay. Okay. Updating stats. Alright. Weapon damage was listed incorrectly.
For shame.
Yeah. What the frag?
Oh no. Well, hopefully that's
At
not a
least
crit.
that's not a fumble with that 17 roll. So thank God there.
Yeah.
But ooh, not a good start.
No. Hey, at least I got it out of the way now. I will mark the spell as poofed, though.
You say that, but it might get another one.
Don't you jinx me, you little shit!
Like son of a
Mark that as used, mark that as used.
Okay,
Okay, yes, my AC is up to date. Yep. By the way, are they reacting at all to anything I'm saying?
They basically just stare at you. It's one of those things where they're just sort of like watching you and taking like 2 steps over to the side, holding weapon up, not sure what you can do. All of a sudden you blink away. He gets a little startled for a moment, raises his blade. You go over there, you turn, he comes charging up, and you bring that sword down on him. Or almost as he steps back, and it just like cuts a strand of hair in front of his face and hits the ground.
With the spell cackling on it also. Is that what spell striked?
At which point the brick gets a little bit of electric discharge. He looks up at you, and he goes to twist that blade up at you.
That was not electric. That was necrotic.
Oh. Ooh, negative energy.
Yes.
Yay.
He got lucky.
It's the good kind of hurt.
Yeah, this is the one that hurts twice.
Can't be that bad, right? No? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it can be. I'm more worried about what he's fixing to do to me.
The good stuff.
No.
No.
What's the good stuff?
Bad touch.
Ooh.
Yes, that hits.
You're just happy the other one has the rapier.
Yeah.
So that's a potential crit if it was the other guy.
Yeah, he's wielding a short sword, so yeah, no. Bad. Bad.
Yeah, thankfully
I don't
so.
stop chanting that prayer though. It'll probably take me 2 rounds to complete.
And I will need a fort save because obviously it's laced with poison.
Thankfully, I have a decent fort.
Oh, you wish you had 1 point higher.
Really? They have that high a bonus?
That poison isn't that expensive, but it does have a DC 18. They're using some of the stronger stuff because they can afford it, and it's honestly not very expensive to get
Apparently.
your hands on. And you will take 4 points of dex damage as they get
Ouch.
you
Oh,
with giant wasp poison. And in a minute, it'll be another d6.
4 points of dex?
Yes, they hit you good.
Actually, all that does is reduce my AC.
And reflex saves and such, but yes, dex, which helps them out.
What's the damage?
Weapon damage is probably what you'd almost expect of a rogue.
D6 plus 1?
Well, it's a magic weapon +1, so d6 +2, mister, with max damage for 8 points.
Ooh. I'm reducing that.
Okay. By 2 points.
Yeah. Actually, hold up.
Gonna knock off his
I
strength
have to
and
check
the magic.
something. Yeah, it only specifies hit points, so I can't reduce the poison. Because the racial thing specifies hit points.
Yep. And then back around we go to baddie number 2. And he's going to be right there as he makes his tumble check past you lot. And being invisible, he's going to get his sudden strike and his sneak attack with that rapier.
And now you're unfortunately flanked.
I can actually
Yeah.
fix this circumstance, so yeah. Yes, that hits. Holy crap, they have high to hits.
Well, he gets +2 from flanking and then a +2 circumstance bonus. So his is the same to hit as the other guy, but at a +4 under circumstance. So
Actually, that should be additional 4 points higher because attacking from invisible is a +4.
I only gave him +2, so it would be 2 points higher. So
Mhm.
32 to hit.
Yeah, I have a 16 right now.
Yeah. Thankfully, though, not a high dice roll, honestly. So he will definitely get you, and that will be pretty numbers.
I see no numbers.
I'm typing it in.
Oh.
And here we go.
Damn!
Holy shit, brick.
As you get ran through from behind with a rapier.
Next up is my turn.
As he basically responds, be careful we don't overdo it and kill her. We prefer to have her alive. If she keeps fighting, I can't promise anything, brother. Your turn.
My turn. This will be a
Ooh.
hit on number 3.
Oh, yeah.
And I have to double check because I don't think this allows for a saving throw. I think he's just launched. So I have to double check the spell because I hadn't planned on using this, except he got behind me. So now I'm using it on him.
Let's see. He suffers 8 from you.
That is going to be that physical damage, as well as where's the freaking spell list? There it is.
Hang in there, Sam. Meanwhile, outside having a party.
What book is Dimensional Hop in? Because it's not Player's Handbook 2.
It's either Spell Compendium or one of the
Oh
Eberron books,
no, it
which had a
is.
lot of them.
It is
But
it is Player's Handbook 2. They just list it in a stupidest of fashions.
Dimensional Hop
Dimensional Hop.
is
He needs to make a will save.
creature touched.
Yeah. So yes, will save for him. For draw number 3.
Drows have will saves?
Yeah. This is part of a
Oh.
full attack, so
Maybe.
this is only the first attack.
Does it have SR requirements?
Yes.
Then first caster level check, please.
Pretty sure it says SR. It does indeed say SR. So then,
Because Drow.
14.
No effect.
All right. Second swing. Because I get 2 attacks.
Yeah. If you roll like you did before, that'll be another hit.
And I forgot to mark it as a full attack, so 16 to hit.
No.
And then I can't
Close.
5-foot step around a corner, can I, to be there?
You can't.
Yeah, because if that had worked, then his ass would have been teleported up into the air and back into the room.
Prone, have to waste a turn getting up.
Well, fall damage plus prone.
And they can't set up. They can't do that setup again.
No, but they do have the sneak attack right now, which is highly freaking annoying because I can't get out of this. I can't cancel any of it.
Yeah, but that one guy got sneak attack and sudden strike on you. Their sneak attack isn't as much.
Yeah.
Oh, they're ninjas too.
Yeah.
They're mostly ninjas. The other guy has like more levels in rogue, whereas this one has 4 less. So
Yeah.
they're mostly
Shinobi.
ninjas with some level in rogue. Because skills to pay the bills. And rolling for flank from baddie number 2.
Yes. They almost can't miss me. Is the problem.
This guy's rolled only max damage against you the whole time.
They've both rolled max damage on weapons.
Damn.
When each of them is rolling for their weapon damage, it's always been 6s.
It is. They have aberrant bane weapons, Adam.
One would think.
Yeah, I know.
If this guy does that also, I'm down.
At which point he's going to take a -4 penalty because he wants to try to knock you unconscious and take you alive as he brings the back of his rapier up and tries to hit you with the pommel. Oh, nope. Should have stuck with the blade, dude.
16 hits.
Ah, it does.
Because
Looks
the
like
dex
yours is a little
damage.
bit higher. Yeah. It
Normally,
was
yes, I
worthwhile
have
poison
higher,
you.
but 16 hits because of the dex damage.
Well, this seems kind of sticky.
A little. It's a little bit rough. And
The dog's not here.
16 damage.
Yep.
Which point you will hit the floor unconscious as that's non-lethal.
Yep.
And as you hit the floor and you start to black out, you see them honestly sort of look amazed at the fact that they beat you in combat. They honestly seem stunned. Like, draw 1 responds in undercommon. Draw 3 just basically says, "What was that sound?" As you basically hear back in the room behind you as you hit the ground, start to pass out, sound of something metal rattling. As your head turns, you see a large silver coin on the table. Much like when you drop a coin, it just sort of like rattles back and forth, wobbles. See a large medallion on the table wobbling, and you see tall, dark, and creepy fellow there in Uzi standing as he just sort of like turns and looks over at you and says something as you pass out. At that point,
I didn't think I'd roll this shitty, honestly.
you
Oh well,
started off
shit happens.
poorly, unfortunately.
Yeah, then that one. Oh my god.
Go ahead and make me another fortitude save because a minute will pass, or 7 rounds.
Yeah.
They were on par with your level, and damn, you make that save easy while unconscious.
I have a +9 to the save.
True.
I can make a fort save. Usually.
And
Wasn't
sometime
expecting
later,
the DC to be quite so high.
Ash, Danielle, Seven are all in your room. You're laying on the bed as you start to come to, and the dwarf's in there along with one of the elf druids. Looks like the commander one, as everybody is present.
Alright. I have
They
to
seem to
make...
be gathered around you and kind of concerned. I imagine Seven be on the bed.
7 would undoubtedly be on the bed. Alright. Here's the one problem with what happened, Michael. I have to roll to see if I come out of it or if I'm still in state.
I think you're good. Getting knocked out puts your senses back to normal first.
Kinda, possibly, maybe, probably.
Get you back in your right mind.
Um, well, that's just gonna make roleplay even more interesting.
You basically got jumped, got into a fight, fell back, things were going well, and all of a sudden stab, stab, and whack to the forehead. Down you go, and dark, creepy. What the hell?
The,
7?
the only thing she actively remembers is talking to the drow in the room. Then she's waking up here. Because after I made that one on the will save, Michael, remember, she blacks out. She doesn't remember things.
You even remember even less.
Exactly.
And ow, I hurt a little bit.
Wounded. And she's looking around.
As
I was like,
you will heal for +5 on both those, 21 life. As they did
21
some magical healing on top of just letting you get some good old bed rest.
+14. Because that removes.
Taking care of the non-lethal plus actually heal you for that amount.
Yeah.
So that 16 non-lethal goes poof, and then you actually heal 21.
So her HP
Which
is
point, what
actually
happened
decent
with
shape.
you guys while you were out there?
Hang on a moment.
Damn it, Shig!
Tis a damn it shig moment.
It's something I hear.
I mean, he had perfect chance to do it while I was having to do the fight. The moment is like, all right, back to the other group. I gotta step away.
Well, I don't think it's ever in his control, as he stated. He doesn't get to pick when he gets called away. It just kind of happens.
True.
Hey, us young
doesn't
people
doesn't
don't
mean
get a
we
choice
can't be
at-
annoyed about it.
We don't get a choice on whether or not we help out the ones who have no idea how to fucking use the Wi-Fi.
That is the truth. They need to learn how to Wi-Fi.
If they can't learn how to Wi-Fi, then they don't need Wi-Fi.
That's how I feel about people whenever they call in about Apple Pay and Samsung Pay and stuff. It's like, why are you calling your bank about that? And secondly, if you don't know how to use it, yeah, you really don't need it.
Okay.
Welcome back. So, while all these antics were going on for about 18 seconds or so, you guys were outside relaxing, at which point an alarm sounds as you basically get the sound of basically chimes blowing in the wind, and all the druids get at basically like dogs hearing a siren, start howling or staying up, ears perked kind of thing. Some of them even transform. Dwarf comes outside. Jill's there with you. At which point, They Jill like points to the entrance, and Dwarf basically grabs a lot of you, tells all of them to stay outside, tells Jill to keep them there, and you three follow the dwarf. He starts falling back in the inside. You bump into the commander. It's like, what's going on? It's like, follow me, son. At which point he leads you guys down the hallway, and you bump into the big, tall, creepy, oozy guy in the hallway as he's basically walking away. At which point the commander just sort of like steps out of his way as he's walking, as you're all in a rush. The dwarf freezes, turns to him, goes, "What happened?" Which point Big Nasty basically just turns and holds up a large silver disc, almost like an oversized coin or a small medallion, and basically says, "Paid in advance." And then just basically pockets it and continues walking out.
Why
Which
are
point
Tadams so creepy?
the dwarf seems less interested in what he had to say, but in the fact of his eyes stayed fixated on the coin, and he hurries his pace to a full run at that point, as he's just basically muttering in Dwarven, "It's silver. It's silver. It's silver." He had a silver coin. At which point he bolts down the hallway, stops off, as you basically see right about there in the hallway, two drows laid out on the ground, bloody messes.
Oh, what happened here?
Dwarf just steps over them. They're dead. Now, where's your friend? Starts walking around, comes around the corner, at which point you see Sam on the ground right there, bleeding and unconscious. Not
Bloody
sure if she's
hell.
dead or not.
Uh, Estelle will go there and drag her to the bed.
Which point
Ash
Dwarf
will
goes
help.
over, like puts a hand over her face. She's still breathing. You get her, you put her on the bed,
Yeah.
and then at which point it's the captain finally catches up. He runs in, he casts a little bit of healing. Dwarf says, "Hit her again." Casts again, and she comes to. Then he steps back.
Sam, you're alive. What the hell happened?
I would have to say Seven's actually just going to jump
Sorry,
on
sorry.
top of her because as soon as she's placed in the bed, if it's not a healer or the fucking dwarf, nobody's allowed near the bed.
Dwarf just standing in the doorway where she was, just kind of looking back at the dead drow and then keep an eye on you guys. The healers or commanders just like stand over there.
Okay.
He did his job.
Sam's looking around very confused right now. Uh, Last I remember, I found a fake points at 7, and then it turned out to be a drow. Then it mentioned something about there being a second one, and I don't remember anything after that.
Dwarf just responds, "So only two?
Yeah.
You're sure there's only two
Well, there were
last?"
originally 3. One's missing his head. Then they mentioned there were. Then the one I found, and then he mentioned that there was another. That's all I remember. And they wanted me for some reason. I don't. Why does my
Dwarf
head
just
hurt?
calls over the commander and tells him to go check his troops and have a look around, make sure that there isn't a or fifth.
Oh, my head.
At which
Why do
point
I
he
not remember
bolts out of the
anything?
room.
What happened? I don't. I don't remember.
Dwarf just looks at you, sort of gives a little chuckle to break the mood. Well, it looks like you survived a fight with two drows.
No, the first time I fought Drow. First time I fought them and not remembered the fight. Why do I not remember the fight? Wait a minute. I don't remember.
It's at this point that
I don't
Ash
remember.
notices on the table is a bloody piece of parchment made from some weird paper, almost like woven cloth or something.
How
It's
long have I been out?
unusual.
Uh,
How long have I been
hang,
out?
I
And
don't know.
Dwarf's
Ash
like,
just
no more than like 10, 20 minutes.
Ash basically
How
picks up
many
the parchment and
bodies?
Two
looks.
bodies. What's that
Ash
you got,
picks.
lad?
I don't know. He hands it over to the dwarf.
Dwarf just sort of like flips it over in hand. Bloody paperwork. Although, wait, it's not paper. What the hell is this? It's like stiffened woven cloth or
Only
something.
two bodies?
I
Only two. Only two. Thank the gods, it's only two.
he unrolls like I can't read this gibberish.
What
There's
is it
only two
in?
bodies. Only two.
He
There's only
basically
two.
flips
Thank
it
God.
over and it's in some weird script. I mean, it almost looks like strange markings,
She takes a
symbols,
look at
through
it.
lines. It's
Ash
um,
looks at it too.
you guys really haven't seen anything like this at all. It doesn't look to be any common language used by any race that you're aware of, or anything extraordinary outside of this plane. The letters almost like flow and have curves and lines to them, very similar to Asian characters.
Hmm.
Oh.
Oh, god damn it.
Well, I can show this part. I if I can't read it, it's probably from a different country of some sort. Because at least something would have similarities in between the commonly spoken languages. I mean, Sylvan has Elvish characters, or Elvish has Sylvan characters. Whatever.
Yeah, bloody foreigners.
It's a.
As the dwarf just chuckles, considering he's not from here any either.
She kind of just shrugs and is just like, "Eh, I I'm always a foreigner, so."
Maybe if I do a. Is it possible to roll a linguist? No, not linguist.
Linguistics
Knowledge.
don't
Linguistics
exist.
Pathfinder.
That
I
would be
know.
decipher script. Possibly.
It's like,
Possibly. I don't know.
and
Not
not to
much
read, not to understand the language, but not to understand the language, but possibly to figure out like, perhaps like maybe I've seen this before back in my town, like through an import.
this thing called manga.
Knowledge history, possibly. Otherwise, kind of how
Wait,
long you can stretch like geography, other
Wait.
kinds
Oh,
of
hey,
crazy
Wait.
stuff, maybe.
Wait.
But Skyford scripts, like it's not just gibberish. It's not some kind of coding. This is actually
So,
a written language.
Michael,
You're sure of it? Yes.
with the encounters of what's her face and Takumu, Takuma, Takuma,
Akumo.
Takumo.
Taco.
Takumo. Yes.
Can you remember the name of the guy who got you stuck in this?
To be fair, he's died.
Mental block.
Oh,
Repressed.
yep.
Basically repressed. Would I have like? Do I need to roll like a wisdom or a knowledge? Because I do
Considering
remember.
you met his sister and the documents that her family used and other stuff in dealings with the captain that he had to sign for the whole they'll bail her brother out in exchange for this, you can roll a wisdom to recall. It's like, no, this isn't some kind of no, it's not pirates. No, it's not this. I swear this is some kind of script. It's like I remember this. Oh, what is I don't know where it's from, but I it's that stupid lizard-tailed guy and his sister. They were using something like this. That's the best you can do. It's like something like this, maybe some kind of special language or something. But yeah, it's something that they used.
That
Remember-
fucking dragon bastard.
Yeah, it's
What?
like the captain had to sign a document with the same scripture on it. Which point Ash is just like, history. Best you know is that it's not from this continent. You believe that there is a tribe or continent of almost like xenophobic individuals back in history, which worshiped dragons and wrote in strange languages. And this was one of which they used, although it didn't really confirm that, as you were more interested in other parts of history than their
Hmm.
continent.
This might
And yeah,
sound okay. I don't know anything about these guys, but they might come from some sort of clan where there are dragon worshippers, but they hate everyone else who are not part dragon. For some reason,
Exactly. The dragon bastards.
as, as she chimes in, Dwarf just like doesn't seem interested.
um,
What are y'all fussing about?
we're trying to figure this thing out. Ash holds up, well, presents to her the thing.
The bastard who got us in this mess to begin with?
The tall, dark, and creepy guy?
Sam recognizes some of the letters in writing and actually can read some of it, as it's similar to Rakashan.
Read what I can, and what
Oh
do I get
no.
off of it?
Um, it basically details requests for three exiled brothers to find Samantha and request her return immediately, as the family is waiting.
As Sam's reading this, she's just kind of muttering as to what it says, and doesn't even mention the fact she can read it. It's just like, exile three brothers, investigate and encourage return of one Samantha as family is worried. What? I don't understand this.
For some reason, it does send a chill down your spine as you
What?
read that last little sentence, but you're not sure why
This
it bothers you.
out of character? There are several reasons why it bothers her.
You have family?
I don't know.
Damn. What's going on?
Uh, she looks at the dwarf. Good news, there were only three.
He just like gives a stern look and just like claps his hands together twice.
Um,
But I take it there's bad news too.
bad news. They were sent after me by an unknown party for apparently relatively unknown reasons.
Oh, so in other words, we have other things that we need to take care of later. Got it.
I'd rather not. I'd rather just not deal with it, get away from it, avoid it, and get out of this mess.
You know what happens when you try to avoid poison ivy, right?
You don't get poison ivy?
I meant when it's on your body. It gets everywhere and it's gross.
There's medicine that can
How would
fix that.
you know what poison ivy is?
it's like
She's going to mutter.
there's medicine that can fix that though. But
That involves taking care of it. But this is your matter, so.
but I don't know the matter. That's the problem.
Grithard just starts getting more bothered by the situation, and Grimvain eventually steps forward, sort of walking past Danielle and pushes past Ash, puts a hand on Sam's shoulder, and looks her in the face, goes, "Well, all that fun stuff out of the way, got a more important matter to deal with. I need an answer for.
What would that be?
Where'd you get the silver coin?
What silver coin?
One the big fellow was holding. Someone paid him.
It wasn't me. Wait, what big guy?
Tadam.
I thought
The
he left
servitor.
already.
The tall, dark, and slimy guy.
He was still here?
Yeah, someone bought your life.
That's disturbing.
Well, I heard a few theories.
It wasn't me.
Well, I know it wouldn't be you.
I mean, I
Someone
didn't know that was a
paid
thing you
the
could do.
big guy to do a service to you, and it's been paid in full. So I want to know which one of the four of you have the means to pay him off.
I don't even know what his price would be for that.
Silver coin.
Seven's actually going to shift form, and he's going to look over to the dwarf. He's like, "Remember how I told you we were hired?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he has a knack for knowing when our lives are in trouble, and he has a knack for getting us out of it."
Dwarf just starts shaking his. No, 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 no. He wouldn't bother with these kind of matters, and he wouldn't have to pay them either. They work for him. No, someone like you, me, or other individuals that interact with them have to pay them. Most people just mistake them as creepy merchants or lepers, but people who work like me, and you, as he looks around, points at each of you, can pay them with coins. As he holds up his two hands, making like a big circle, and they can do special favors depending upon the quality of the coin. And a silver buys a life, among other things. So
Yeah.
someone, which wasn't me, and apparently was none of you, unless you're lying to me, and you really don't want to lie to me,
Ahem,
paid for your life.
I was with you.
Oh, I don't worry about you, little one.
For the
Seven's
record, I
just going
suck
to
at
like
lying.
pretend, wag his tail, and then go back into doggo form.
So, what do you know about coins? What do you know about them?
Other
And
than what you've
did you
stated,
pay
not
him?
much. And coins, we have a copper coin. A copper.
Copper. Only copper.
Only copper.
Okay. Who else that you know of may have interacted with, seen anything unusual that would hold interest in you who could have paid him? Because none of these people here got a clue other than they think it's some kind of creepy guy that serves me, which, considering that there's a ghost walking around and we have Jill and there are a bunch of lycanthropes roaming around and going crazy during the moon, you know,
Okay.
creepy kind of slips on through. So who else aside from the dead drows comes and goes and could have done this?
Uh,
Because those
that
coins aren't easy to come by.
I can only think of one. The one guy who ghosted out of here the first time. The number one or whatever refer to him as. Her diplomatic immunity and one. That guy. Only one I can think of. But I don't think this would be his style. He'd have done it himself, I think.
No, he does have the means to have a coin. But why would he spend it on you?
Like I said, he'd probably do it himself. I think he'd enjoy killing him. I don't know. I don't know enough
Unless
about
he
him.
couldn't stick around because he had somewhere to be with the jars, but wanted to make sure you're safe. But then why would.
Why would he do it? It doesn't make sense. But then again, if it's not him, who could it be? Because it wasn't us, wasn't you, not any of the individuals here.
It was either him or we got a bigger problem.
I'm willing to
But
bet
I'm
we got
pretty
a bigger
sure you're
problem.
right. I think it was probably him. As you said, the patron watches out for you guys and you're specially hired. He may not be able to step in directly, but maybe he had someone be in the right place at the right time who couldn't stick around, but maybe made a purchase to ensure that one or
Insurance?
all of you. Exactly. Sounds like something Horizon March would buy into.
Wait, Horizon March?
What?
Yeah,
Which one?
as in him, Horizon March.
Wait, that's his name?
We're talking about the girl that runs all of our merchant stuff, right? I
Now
mean,
I'm
you
gonna
guys
get.
were doing merchantry trade with the merchant, tall guy, and
Yeah, because we'd
she
encountered him
interacts with him.
before, and that's how we knew how to deal with him. Well,
Okay,
not
so
him specifically, but
you haven't met any of the others like yourself, so
no.
you have no clue. Okay,
We got contracted for a job, shipped out on the job. We
I
had. We were given all of, I think, 24 hours to prepare for said job.
dog. We should have talked more than drank.
Seven's gonna nod his head.
I swear. It's like you guys weren't told anything.
We weren't.
I mean, you're either highly incompetent or highly underinformed for some reason, which makes no sense considering the blasted brooch you have and the position. You basically should know as much, if not more, than I know.
Yeah, no,
And
we
I'm
weren't
even
No.
low
told
man on the total
shit.
poll compared to the others.
No, we weren't told shit. We had to fight our way to get to as far as we are with no intel.
This makes no sense. And where the hell are you headed to again? You said
First
you gotta do
stop
the
is the
capital and then
capital,
somewhere else?
then the
Surely you
lake.
gotta be going somewhere to get some kind of orders or information.
We have our orders. The problem is it requires us to go to multiple places. First one's to the capital, then it's to the
Okay.
lake, then to go meet somebody.
Capital, I don't know what you could get there. We basically already pulled out.
Oh, some shop. Got to go to a merchant shop, meet and deal with somebody, pick up some stuff, go to the lake that's not listed on any map. Which we've
What?
yeah.
Bloody hell, what kind of cryptic piece of garbage is that?
Oh, it gets
We're in a.
worse.
Oh
Then
yeah,
it's
no.
meet an individual, assist with matters at the site, travel over to Elven Kingdom, meet with another person, make arrangements to get some more gear, go back to the capital, kill some poor bastard,
Stick around for another while, and then head up and
and
shit out.
then we evac to where we started, and then await further instructions.
Dwarf just goes over and sits down at the table and just sort of like puts his head down.
Hi, welcome to our hell. Please, would you like a drink?
I would.
At which
Seven's
point
gonna
the
bark.
commander comes back. It's like, nothing, sir. Although I did bring some food and alcohol, as you probably. He just like motions him in. He puts on the table. Gonna need 5
More.
glasses or 4 glasses in a bowl.
You might bring some more alcohol. We might need it.
Bring in 2 kegs, please.
Not the cheap stuff that I leave for you guys. Yes, sir.
You know what? You know what? Since you know more than me,
Oh, and some chairs.
Estella,
Well,
hand him the
then,
list.
all right then. Merry Christmas, boss.
At which point, a few minutes later, as he's just waiting, tapping his foot, they bring in a bunch of chairs. They bring in assorted food, breads, cheese, jerky, nuts, and such, milk, water, some cheap elven wine, and then the boss's pony keg, and then a large jug, which is about half empty of some strong dwarven drink, which he basically calls his personal elixir. Which point he tells you all to take a seat. And goes, we need to discuss matters
Yeah.
because I don't care about this whole in the dark crap thing that you got going for yourself
I don't like it personally.
because this doesn't work for me. I mean, either I need to take you downstairs and torture you one by one to see what the hell's going on, and I'm starting to doubt if you even are telling the truth and you're just maybe the worst spies ever. Crap hasn't started till you got here.
I suck at lying, so I'll tell you that straight up.
I don't even like lying.
You're already injured, Sam. I'd at least give you a couple hours before I tortured you. I'd start off with him as he points over at Ash after waiting back and forth between Danielle and Ash.
Oh my god, Seven's gonna stick out his tongue at Ash.
That's just
All right,
basically
first of
what
all-
that's-
Grimvain, that's the list we were given. See if you can make heads or tails of that.
Oh, let's see this crap. Maybe you'll give me some information on what the hell's going on since I've been thrown in this hellhole for the last 3 months and got nothing done ever since I left.
Oh, we're gonna be stuck in this
Lakeside.
shithole for 2 years. Then we have to evac to a different shithole.
Requirements to fulfill. Trellis Specialties. I've never heard of this shop. Then again, I've never been to the capital. Don't want to go to the human capital.
Neither do
Sucks.
we.
Refused. And they stuck me with the freaking forest people who turn into animals and act like animals and mate like bunnies.
Eh.
Out of character, Ash has no room to talk.
Which point he just slams his hand to the table.
Okay.
It's like, okay, moving on. Parcels, whatever. Meet with Sater Anuth. Why the hell do you want to meet with that stuck up prick?
Who's he?
Boss's orders.
Psst, he's one of us.
Hey,
Wait.
this list, by the way, we only got after we arrived on island.
That sounds appropriate. Don't need to know the orders ahead of time.
Oh, and we had to fight
Oh,
to get to the drop location.
Yeah, you act like that's something new. You know how many humans I had to kill when I got into this country?
It
A
wasn't
lot?
humans, it was undead.
I'm dead on the. Did you stop by one of the churches?
Not necessarily.
nah.
Yeah,
Uh,
we did have to get through one.
in a certain point of view, we did.
And then one, a certain point of view, it was fact. You had to cut
I
our
mean-
way through that bullshit.
You guys live very colorful lives, and that's coming
Not
from
by
me.
choice. We weren't
You
bound
can-
by contract. Or dropped in with no intel, no information on where we're going, who we're having to deal with. Could have prepped in advance for dealing with things.
And
Oi.
yet, you met me in a hidden Druid Grove on the elven side of the kingdom.
On accident.
On accident.
Lasses, accidents, meeting these people while they're raiding at random intervals on a preset attack plan, planned out for 7 days ahead of time to attack a
Sevens?
carriage.
We were off course to start with.
Seven's going to shapeshift and be like, I may have been having a lot of fun with a human male in which I was dragging around on a hickey hike, and it was amazing because he was apparently in love with me, and I don't know why.
Yeah, the Glenberg lad. Yeah, his only offspring. So much for
Yeah.
that lineage.
You seem to have some sort of interest for
I was
deranged
gonna die of
individual
anyway.
for some reason.
Are you calling me deranged?
In a, well,
Ash,
Uh,
sweetie.
Shut up and let's get back to work.
Boy, you're not
My
gonna
head
go through
hurts
one out
already.
that hole. Sleep with one eye open as he closes an eye, points at his other one that's opened.
Let's get back on task.
First
We
smart
could
thing that
finally
you
get
said
some answers
tonight.
out of some of this stupid bullshit.
I just grows to just this combo. You take over.
Willingly surrenders. I'm out.
I would just looked over at Colin like, well, this is interesting.
Skedaddle, skedoodle.
You know, I kind of like him better this way. As Grimvain responds, as your character just kind of goes all blank faced and monotoned.
Oh, personality switch. Wonderful. At least this one doesn't open.
Yeah. So anyway, the first two, I got no clue about the capital. Like I said, haven't been there, don't have any idea what you're supposed to pick up. But apparently, it's important, and
Take it to the lake.
that bastard wants it. Of course, he could just go get it himself.
Don't ask
What would
us.
we do?
Sarthu Anu is, like I said, he's one of us. You know, kind of in charge of matters. He's
Yeah,
currently over at, you know,
the lake.
you know where the yeah, he's
Yes.
over at the lake.
Yes. Know where the lake is.
So you're not confused on the matters then. You know about the location then.
Yeah.
He's over at Site 4, the lakeside location.
That one I'm aware of. Probably the only
Beautiful.
one on this list I'm aware of.
Excellent.
Not really.
Your number 4, well, you're already halfway to that location since the Elven Kingdoms ain't that far away, as you can tell by our guest we keep getting. Bloody undead elves.
I
Yeah.
just like the
fascinating.
undead period.
Yeah, their whole hierarchy is basically turned undead so they can rule without change and, you know, don't have to worry about a leader dying off and his kid screwing it up because the leader's immortal because he's an undead abomination. Apparently, the elves are into that. Worship our dead ancestors. Oh, it's wonderful. Society's great. Creepy as hell.
Sounds illogical.
Twisted
Once
is.
you're,
Ugh.
so the
And yet,
deceased should just remain deceased. There's no reason to bring them back.
well, if you had your choice, dead leader elves, which got their kingdom running well and have crops and resources, versus crazy cultist humans that burn things they don't understand, well, there's a reason why I'm on this side of the continent.
Oh, agreed. I prefer the way the elves are running things. Doesn't mean I have to like either one.
To be fair, humans have a tendency to be always, oh, I'm the superior thing, blah blah blah
I've
blah.
never understood that either.
Uh, all right.
Yeah, it went over her head. Don't worry about laughing. Yeah, as for this individual, I have no clue who that is, although I think I've heard of him from Horizon twice. Um, turn back to Vet. You're really going to go kill their prophet?
Apparently,
Yep.
it's the
Wow,
job.
I like you guys already. Now I just like you more.
It's part of the job. You have
And
to
then
do
stay
it.
alive for 2 years. Then we can return back to the shithole they sent us to previously, and then have to fight our way out of that one too.
Wow, great. So they took you from one war zone, shipped you across the seas to this near war zone, and then they're going to ship you right back to your previous problem.
And then we have to fight our way clear of that one before we can then evac out of that shithole.
Sounds like Thursday.
Isn't today Thursday?
Exactly. And look where you are, standing over two, well, laying over two dead drow bodies. Just another night in this forest. So yeah, if you
Whatever
put some
happened to the
paper, that's
simpler
all up
things?
for you.
Being informed as to what your job was beforehand, being able to plan for things. No, can't have that.
Well, I mean, you're if you had to choose rankings among us, I guess your number three for Sarthanul is basically head honcho number one among us and ranking. Although you're probably, like I said, on par with us, but with privilege, so you may be equal to him in standing. So yeah, if you want to know who's making the calls and making decisions on this continent and telling you where the supplies go and everything, he'd be the guy to talk to. Which, considering you're going to basically be errand boys and take him supplies, at least you'll be able to get it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, we gotta stop. We gotta be able to get there. Stop having to deal with assassins and stupid shit. Be able to get where we need to go without problems.
Well, assassins are dead. You're alive. Got a shortcut to the north that you said you wanted to take instead of walking. You
Yeah,
just got to go through
get
the
this done faster.
forest and deal with that witch, and
I
you're
think
all
I'd rather
good.
deal with the witch than the assassins.
Mm, it's a toss up. Want to flip a coin over it as he chuckles and takes a sip of Dwarven Stout?
Sure, heads I win, tails you lose.
What? Now
I'm
we're.
not that drunk yet.
Ha.
Wait for it.
Hmm. It's better to be dealing with another person working with the patron. Well, I'll use that loosely. Than having to deal with another fucking human bastard, and then we're going to wind up having to deal with them all in the capital. We're in a bit of a deep shit hole. And that's going to be our life for the next 2 years.
Patron's a nice way of putting it. Think of it more as like an overbearing parent who tells you what to do but doesn't give you an answer as to why you should do it.
Now
But
you're starting to sound like my captain.
although he does let me do what I'm good at, and I am good at what I do.
But this is not what I'm
Michael!
good at. I don't understand it. Ah,
In a way, we are like the sheep. but we don't know whether our master will sear us or just slaughter us.
No,
Does
slaughter
that
would
mean
just
I'm
be
a
a waste.
sheepdog and I'm gonna eat you?
That is highly that is not what I meant to say.
Slaughtering the sheep's usually a waste. You only do it as last resort. And even then, once you've got all full value out of it, and they haven't gotten full value out of us, there's no point in it. Ah!
Well, you do have a copper coin. If you can ever find one of them bastards, you can always trade that in for something good.
Well, I have a
Although
calling
I'd
card so I
recommend
can
hanging
call
on
him.
to that.
Pulls out a little gem. I have a calling card for him so I can call him over, but that's only good for a certain amount of time.
Yeah. They'll find you no matter where you are.
Danielle is just taking a big ass swig of the tankard.
You didn't get anything else, did you?
Copper coin, the pendant, which you already know about.
Yeah, a little token that gives you your position.
Yeah. Oh, there's a. Our exit plan is already stashed. And I think there's a little box thing. She's got it. As Sam just gestures to Estella as he goes to get up and is just like, can't because of 7. Oh, wait. Alcohol.
Lap, Lapdog.
He's
Pokes
a
the
big
7.
pupper.
Pokes the 7. I want the dwarven
Meow.
stuff.
7 will go get the dwarven stuff.
Oh, I was going to get it. I just need you to move, but okay, this works.
No, you stay in bed.
I'm not dead.
You could have been.
Not by choice.
Doesn't matter.
Honestly,
This
Sam.
is cute watching
hon-
one side of a love quarrel.
Honestly, Sam, you should rest up. 7. I agree with 7.
I think Sam was doing it right. If someone's not out to kill you, then you ain't living right.
That's
Not the
by the
first time
way.
I've had someone try to kill me. First time they've tried to kill me without me knowing why, though.
Well, different continent, just new lovers, that's what I say.
I've been on multiple continents. Haven't had this problem yet. This makes. Starts counting. 3? 4? I lose track.
And that is why the ability to change your face is fantastic.
Yeah.
Dorsal's like, I don't know what the lot you're speaking of most time, but whatever.
I've traveled a lot, dealt with a lot of different things. Haven't left any enemies behind that I'm aware of. They're either dead or not enemies.
He just sort of
Heavens.
takes a swig, looks back at the door. Grimvain looks out. Well, 2 of them are dead.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, not aware of. Why did they contract exiles to come after me in the first place?
Maybe it's some sort of way to, I guess, repay their debt?
No, if they wanted quality, they'd have stuck with their own. But, whatever. I'll worry about it later.
Sam, what if they didn't want to lose some of their own?
Expendable troops or offer them a nugget to get back in good with.
But shinobi are
Whatever.
usually expendable in the first place. That's how they're treated. It's not right in my opinion, but
Wouldn't be the first time after all. We deal in expendable troops quite frequently.
like I
Started
said,
making our own.
yeah, no, undead, no. The dead should
What do
stay
you mean
dead.
undead? We don't use undead. Well, occasionally, but less reliable. You know what with clerics and all. Now we use living subjects.
Oh,
I'm not sure I like
you
that
do?
either.
Yeah. We think we do that to site. It's always a little bit of risk and reward.
Is it one of the
Seriously,
sites
how
we're
little
going
do
to?
you guys know?
You have. Okay,
You've
so
told us more in sitting at this table, as she drinks some of
Then-
the ale, than we've been told by any of the people we've dealt with yet.
Wow. To have your rank, ignorance, and options would just be terrifying and also liberate.
More terrifying than liberating,
agreed.
because the liberating requires knowledge of the rank and what you can do with it.
Motherfucker! Shit.
In this case, got no knowledge.
Lydia.
I hit myself again.
Keep
Well,
doing
why
that.
did you
Someone's gonna
do
think you're a
that?
masochist.
Uh, ankle hit the chair of my wheel. I meant the wheel of my chair.
Don't run over feet. Keep them up.
She tends to sit on them, is the problem.
No. I was actually trying to sit normally, and then my ankle literally hit the back of it.
Pay attention where you put your feet.
At which point, went back to game after the little ankle incident. Grimvain basically marks, well, as I told you, your position basically puts you at the same of mine. You're basically over most of our limited forces. Should have the same level of access to information too, which is mind-boggling.
Oh, no, 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 no. The guy we got this job from said, here's the job, here's what you get, sign the paper. Oh, by the way, and you ship out tomorrow, essentially.
Wow, sounds like a real jerk.
Yeah.
Oh God! Wait, would
The
oh
only
all?
good news is he was with us to the first point. He actually went through the war zone hellhole with us. And then we got to hear at which point he's not.
I just can't believe that he basically handed you high-ranking position just by walking through a death field. Sounds like, and why he conscripted you guys into this whole matter.
More like I don't think they intended us to find out. Here's the
What
thing,
did
use it
what
if you
did you
need
call
it.
him, Estella?
A fucking dick bastard.
No,
No,
that
no,
was
the other
Lawrence.
word,
Uh, which one?
the one that hired you and gave you the nice trinket that gives you absolute power.
Dealt with two guys. One never gave his
So,
name. He was about 8 foot tall, cloaked up, really creepy freak.
we've named that one T-Duck,
Because he
and
never gave
the
a
other
name.
guy
Is Alum.
was
Yeah, servitors don't matter. They just do their creepy job and follow the boss. Um, you said so. That's the one that gave you the knickknack
Yep.
and
Paddywhack.
got you here and hired.
And he only gave us the stuff after we got to the war zone and said the key would be at the embarkation point to open it.
Why does that sound familiar?
Which part?
I have a horrible memory. I
Wait,
swear I've
Grimba.
known that guy before.
I will describe his general appearance.
Dwarf just slams the table, stands up, and just laughs. Oh my god. I know exactly who you're talking about as he sits down and pours himself another drink.
Wait, what?
Good, somebody does.
Although that makes absolutely no sense. Because literally where he is and where you guys are, if he brought you here to this continent, then why would he bother when he's basically over at Lakeside?
What?
I
Oh
got no
my
intel
God!
other than the fact it could have been someone using his face and shape.
Probably not.
What is his normal way of fighting?
Don't really see him fight too much, but I would assume he uses his big fist to punch things.
From what I've seen, he doesn't do
Very
much.
stern,
Something
quiet
else just,
guy. Says a few words.
yeah, doesn't talk.
Talks real
Arrogant.
slow about matters.
Sounds about right. Although the thing is, I don't remember seeing him punch things much. Things would just mysteriously get ripped apart.
Ah, so he used his talents when you saw him. Striking invisibly from a distance. Yeah, he does that too.
Okay,
So,
this makes
and
even
at
less
least
sense, because then if he didn't come with us to get here, how does he already here?
timey-wimey bullshit.
Well, he brought you, you said, to this place and showed you around and hired you.
No, no, no,
So,
no. We
No,
weren't.
no, no.
That didn't start on this continent. That was a different one.
Yes.
We
so he
started on a
brought you
different
to this
continent.
continent and then he headed to Lakeside while he dumped you off somewhere else.
No, He didn't leave
Dwarf's
with us.
basically going with the mentality of current timeline
I know. That's why Sam's
situation.
like, no, no,
Almost walking around.
no,
That's why
no.
he's like, wait, why would he bother if he wanted you to go Lakeside? Why wouldn't he just
Oh,
taking you
okay.
with
Ah,
him?
Because we weren't on the.
Seven's
Sam's
Seven's just
forgotten
the way
about
to
the time
actually butt
displacement.
in and say, okay, what these guys don't want to tell you is we were teleported here.
Oh, so you got basically Shanghai and dropped off. That makes
Yes.
Yeah.
more sense why you're not with him then. Okay.
Pretty much. I forgot that teleportation's a weird thing.
Pretty common.
I was gonna say, for most people, it's like you got teleported. That's not a thing. And then I'm like, yes, no, teleportation's normal.
I prefer going by boat, but eh, whatever.
Teleportation trip takes less time. Get there more efficiently. Get more stuff done.
Yes, but there are ways to, keep sight of everything instead of getting motion sickness after a blink.
You get motion sickness with teleportation. You must not
You
be
get
used to it.
motion sickness on a boat.
To each their own.
Eh.
But you're a sailor. How do you get motion sickness?
And you, little faceless man, shush.
Moving on.
Oh, right, I'm
This is
sorry,
getting us
Shig.
nowhere. Okay. Sam looks down at her glass. I need some more. Need more. Tries to get up again,
Logic.
and then his like doggo's in the way.
Doggo is definitely in the way. We got, well, not
Hands
doggo,
mugged a
mermaid
doggo.
humano, but
Well, I think I've got enough to worry about this evening and a few sendings to make. And you all need probably a break and probably need to stay together, just in case the count's off.
they're not sleeping in here.
Then where would be better?
Find the bodies, and I don't mind sleeping out there.
I'd think behind one of the few locked doors in this blasted place, but to each their own.
If there's a locked door in this place, I haven't seen it other than the containment room and the torture room.
I mean, me and you can sleep in the torture room. They can sleep in the containment room.
The
That's
containment
where we're
room
going
will
to put
be
the.
occupied. They might get eaten.
Yeah.
Oh wait, need to check on how that's progressing. I left everything active and running, and then haven't checked up on it since, because this happened.
If you want to move to a more secure room, just ask Jill. I'm sure she's sneaking in the hallway, slipping information to the others. At which point he stands up, finishes his drink, bids you all good night in Dwarven, walks out of the room, and after a few steps, you hear him say, "Hi, Jill," and then keeps going. At which point Jill comes around the corner about a minute later, says, "Can I be of service?"
Locking doors would be nice.
Oh, we do have a few rooms like that. Not
Yeah,
many in this place.
I would. Yeah, yes, locked doors. I
The
don't want
druids
any more
tend to
assassins.
prefer caves to not have doors. They prefer to refer to it as very open living space. Of course, honestly, how they live in open relationships,
The
not
other thing
surprising.
is also a doorknob is hard to turn when you have a paw.
True.
Tell me.
Although, by the way, I heard you, as she points over at Ash, had a very pleasant couple of evenings with Ferlena. Congratulations. She's a tough one to nail down.
Sam's looking confused because she doesn't understand what the
I
conversation
mean,
is
I've
about.
tried, but apparently I'm not
Oh.
strong or impressive
Kyle just
enough.
basically. Kyle just doesn't feel it. He just simply says, "The pleasure was mine."
Ooh, bold. Maybe I'll take you for a ride later.
Oh my god.
Sam looks at Seven. Did I miss a few things while I was out?
They've been getting it on like 24/7.
Estella's laughing
Oh,
her
the
ass
comment
off
about druids
again.
and bunnies.
Well, if you're gonna
Got
offer
it.
your services to me, I would most likely. And then Kyle would just like steps out and Ash is in control and just looks over at Jill like, "Oh, hey, Joe."
Hey, right back at you, handsome.
All right.
So anyway, good job for you too, Daniela. I hear that the commander is pretty good, but I guess you could tell me firsthand about it later.
Sure thing, sweetheart.
Looks back at
Thanks.
Seven. Bunnies.
Well, I'll wait back out in the hall. I'll wait back out in the hallway for you, and I'll take you to one of the secured rooms.
Yes.
When you're ready, you may need a few moments alone, I'm not sure. Jill just sort of smiles, turns, and walks out.
Did you say the bunnies in your secret language?
No, she said that out loud.
Okay, she will respond with, "Listen, I have every right to this. Allow me this."
This is just Seven's face right now.
Using the healing belt to heal herself up as she's ignoring it.
Let me see. Ash got laid, and Stella got laid, and Simmons just.
Stella's always going to get laid.
Uh, Seven got cock blocked by two people and a bunch of drows.
Yes!
Estella tried pushing it.
And then got
But she
and then got almost
did not.
assassinated.
At which point, you all, after you've had your moments to talk, rest, heal up, and everything, you can gather your goods. Jill will wait for you in the hallway. You'll meet up with her, and she'll take you down further into the place.
Has anybody checked the
Which point,
drow for shit?
their bodies are gone.
Okay.
Uh, Commanders and the boss both agree they're not taking any chances. If these guys didn't come alone or if they found this place, it's possible some of their equipment could be tracked. So they're basically disposing of the bodies and the goods. Because they don't need anyone else showing up to this place who can slip past the alarms. So 7 may in the morning be able to get some drow burgers. I mean, mystery meat.
Hell yes!
I haven't had this before.
It's exotic meat. We don't get it very often. Oh,
I'm guessing this is one of the cases if you tell us what we is, we'll stop eating it, eh?
Don't ask.
it's people.
I think... No. Did we... He was more a manimal than a man. So... And what do I know?
At which point you will be led to a back room, and there is a heavy iron, basically almost like prison cell door. She'll walk past it, be like, no. Then she'll walk to another one with a window door, no. Then she'll walk over to the wall and she'll push on the wall, at which point it will slide aside and open up to a luxurious room. Yes. In here, room for four. Only vacancy we have. At which point there are four cots. There is a large table with four seats. There is a pitcher of water. There is a bath and curtained over to the corner. There are no windows. There's a soft breeze in here. And yeah, bed sheets and everything. It's like, there you go. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Seven's just going to count the beds.
Four beds. At which point she'll just sort of like push on the wall and the rock will slide back and seal. As it's clothing, she'll just look at it down and be like, you have to push it here to open.
Thanks.
Then when you get trapped in there banging on the wall or damaging it. Like, don't ruin the nice room. It does have ambient light, which you can control as it has like a lantern. And you put your hand on it, it can make the room brighter or darker.
Oh, so cool. It's a touch screen. I mean, not a touch screen, but a touch
Touchstone.
lamp. Yeah. Guess touchstone works. Like, touch lamp better.
Touch lamp it is then. You've renamed it.
Yes.
At which point you guys are able to continue your conversation in private or go to sleep or God only knows what else in this room.
I don't even know if it was evening yet, was it?
It was only afternoon. So considering it being about 2 and then shenanigans happening, conscious discussions, we're probably closer to 4 now. By the time you get resituated, it's probably about 4:30. So yeah, it's only afternoon.
Well, I got some more practicing to do.
In or out of the bed.
Yes.
Yes.
I knew what her answer was going to be.
So
So,
you'll go meet up with your instructor, commander, and work on drills and weapons and armor and such and
Yes.
shields. I think you're at the shield part. No, we saved the armor for last, so you'll be working on the heavier armor.
Yes, and she'll be complaining about all of it.
she's very
Understandable.
whiny.
She doesn't like things that weigh her down and go clonk, 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 clonk.
Clonk, 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 clonk.
What
Only in the
about
bed.
you wear armor in the bed? That must be very uncomfortable.
So you want a robot to bang you? Okay.
I don't think Warforges have those. Well, maybe if you install it properly.
It's called attachments. So then, what is Kabu slash Ash's plan?
And trying to think, he's probably gonna go back and hang out. Crap, forgot her names. It's been a week.
Man, fucking and forgetting. Impressive, bruh.
I don't care. I forgot the elf's name.
Here, I'll move her token back onto the main map. Farlina.
For,
Farlina.
for Lena. Yeah, I just probably gonna go out and hang out with her a bit, try to read about the more stuff about the heroes, and most likely, yeah,
Get distracted.
yes.
Evening escapades for you.
And also trying to see if he can copy that fighting style he's reading in the book.
I just thought of something. I pity the fool who tries to ambush him while he's in bed with her, because then she'll just rip him apart, literally.
And climb back in all bloody and go, where?
Probably!
Kinky.
Almost a more feral version of 7.
I don't know. Seven's pretty feral.
Didn't we literally not restore our wisdom because of that one?
Yes, we didn't. We couldn't restore our wisdom because of her, because
Hey,
of
hey,
him.
it's not that you didn't restore your wisdom because of it. She was the reason you lost wisdom in the first place.
And he's gonna
Ow!
Works too.
and Seven's gonna take it with the grave.
No one will ever know because her only accomplice is dead.
The only other witness is dead. Yeah, accurate. And the other witnesses will be dead in time.
You guys destroyed the ghost in the future, so the crazy ghost ain't talking of the dead elf, and Lawrence got gutted, so he ain't talking either, and Seven's lips are sealed. So yeah, to the grave with
What
that.
if we end up? What if we actually end up destroying the ghost in the past instead?
Hmm. Well, you'd have to know that
I
she's
know,
trapped
I know.
behind the wall, but yeah, if you
I
did know
stabbed
with
the
the
heart.
wall,
Did that do anything?
No.
no. I
Aw.
think she wasn't using it anymore.
Yeah.
Well, there are some weird rituals that do that.
Anyway, Ash will go
I
find.
mean, you could bring her back to life with the heart.
Ash will
No.
just go back. Ash will just go find, hang out with Ferlina for a while, just to train, study, and other training.
Yes. She will go over the books with you, say that she found some old parchments that were also given to her by the other individual, and she'll like flip through them as they basically give little hints and tidbits of like quotes from the heroes and one little excerpt of like a traveling bard who got to allegedly speak to one of the heroes on one of his journeys when he went to the mountain and slayed a bunch of yetis.
Hmm.
Kind of outlandish story of him fighting them barehandedly as they hurled rocks down at him.
Ash is just reading it and it's going to do a knowledge history to see if you can identify. Yeah, he probably identify which hero it might be.
You're pretty sure what it is, but you think the story's probably blown out of proportion despite the fact it doesn't really match up with any of the stories you've ever heard of him. Secondly, he doesn't really fight unarmed. But bardic rights.
Hmm. There seems to be a lot of plot holes comes with this story, at least compared to what this from how I know him. But maybe this could just have been an unsung saga of his. Who knows?
But it is funny, especially how he rides one of them down the hill a sled, and also used the fur to make basically a winter coat so he wouldn't freeze to death.
Yeah, it's
Although it's
pretty.
probably not true.
Eh. I mean, I doubt if he. Yeah, I doubt it will be. I will meet someone who actually kills a yeti in his bare hand and uses the corpse as a toboggan.
Oh, that's the word. Wow, you are well versed in many things.
Thanks.
No, thank you.
Ash just basically just kind of chuckles and then just leans on her, and then they just
Spend a nice evening together,
yeah,
reading some more, and then proceeding on to other more
lo-
activities.
loving activities.
Yeah, considering it's the last night of the full moon and she's still a little frisky. But she does better than her brothers and sisters, which are locked up downstairs. Meanwhile, that leaves Sam and Seven in the room, nursing head injuries, memory loss, and other worries of near death. What do you two do in the locked up room? Talk in your private language and plan out things. Call up Mr. Creepy. Go talk to the dwarf.
That
Or
would have to
just
be what Sam wants to do. If Sam doesn't want to do anything, then Seven's essentially going to make her stay in bed while he feeds her dwarven ale.
IV drip of
Are you
dwarven
trying to
ale.
get Sam drunk?
Maybe.
Reason I'm asking because you might be able to do it at this point.
Kevin is like, I think Kevin is just like, love me.
Because Sam was going to do a few more spells on herself and then um, check up on how the crafting process was going, and then yeah, go back to the room. And it's just like, leave the room, check on the crafting. All right, it's progressing like it should be. Okay, moving away.
Back to your private quarters.
Oh, and you only need to do it once. So one casting of lesser restoration to remove the damn dex damage.
Yay! And the knight will get the other point. So
Uh huh.
beautiful.
And then yeah, go back to the room and stay in there. And hey, there's still dwarven drink. Um, but yeah, Sam will proceed to drink because yes, and Seven will get to find out that part of what happened was literally one of her nightmares come to life,
Love me,
and
say
she is a
that you
little
love me.
freaked out. And as she gets drunker, um, Seven gets to find out that drunk
Drunk
Sam
Sam.
is a possessive Sam.
Oh god.
Not exactly what you wanted or asked for.
It's like, well, Seven has already found out that Sam can tend to be some of the more dominant of the two of them. Then yeah, Sam's gonna show that because she's like, all right, I'm gonna need you over here in a not in a two-legged form. As she points at the
Well,
bed,
he's definitely going to do that.
male form.
Okay, fine.
And Seven will finally get his wish.
Took them long enough. God,
It has
mine
been a
is.
long time.
In character, out of character, Sam's not one who would just, screw the random person.
To
So,
each their own.
yeah. Not like a certain pirate who's like,
One in every port.
yep, at, at least one in every port.
And every time zone and time frame.
Exactly.
I have. It's the only thing that I'm allowed to be in charge of.
So, yeah. Sam
Apparent.
is not nearly quite so, as she would put it, loose.
Liberal.
No,
It's
loose.
okay. At the end of most nights, you're still alone, and he's not.
Okay, that I
Ouch.
didn't need that.
Twist that knife.
Hey, it fills the void some way. That and booze. Booze will never leave me.
Although now every single party member has spent time together with someone, and also all four of you managed to do it all on the same night too.
Yeah.
Because yeah, Stella and the commander's probably going to, yeah, help me out of this armor. Okay. Oh, my shirt got caught. How about we go back to your place? Oh, okay. I don't have a sewing needle there. Shut up. Come with me.
That is very accurate of how she will be acting. Shut up. Let's go.
Every couple has a dense one.
So, night will pass.
I just
Bells will
realized in
get
each couple,
lucid.
it's the female taking the lead.
Oh my god!
Damn. Got some dominant women.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, skipping
Hmm.
ahead past night shenanigans, so we can get you guys into some combat and other activities.
Huzzah.
These are
Morning will roll around, and you'll wake up and everything. Although Sam and Seven realize they're the only ones in the room. Probably for the better, too. Don't know what happened to the others, but don't care.
Didn't come back. Hopefully, they're not dead.
Ash will wake up with a few scratch marks on him, nothing that he won't heal overnight, and find her basically on the floor, curled up, sleeping in human form.
Ash just smile.
Commander will just be up early in the morning and basically have food ready for Danielle, and a note basically saying he went out on patrol.
She eats up, puts on her clothes,
Ash
and
would basically carefully pick her back up, put her in the bed, cover her with a blanket, dress up, and then
oh, honey.
Get grabbed by the leg as you woke her up and dragged back into the bed for morning intakes. And be late to breakfast.
trying to be a gentleman, but okay.
It's like, you can either join me back in bed or you can join me back in
In
bed.
bed.
That's fine.
uh, Aqua trying just. I mean, not Aqua. What the fuck? Oh, that's my.
Aqua.
Water.
Yes, Agua. And Estella.
We'll eat in the morning, get dressed.
Estella eats, gets dressed, stretches, is just like, all right, and says in undercondom, "Shame what will happen," and then leaves.
Ouch.
Black Widow, baby. Eh.
And as for the two lovebirds, morning rolls around. A little bit of alcohol kick has worked its way out of Sam's
System.
system. And she's also probably gotten over somewhat of the last night trauma.
Yeah, she'll be back to normal, sober.
Question: will Seven have reverted back to dog form afterwards?
No, he's actually not.
Oh, unsure if he returned back to fluffy pillow afterwards for her. So what happens with the
No, not
lovebirds?
last night. Seven's not gonna wanna like let go. In fact, he's just gonna continue snuggling until they're forced.
Sam doesn't entirely have a problem with this. Actual alone time with Seven without other people around and not having to worry about somebody just randomly walking in as much. Stop and think, when was the last time Sam had that?
Let's see, getting thrown through time, undead, sleeping temple, stopping off at the little town where they executed people, riding with Lawrence to the thieves' town, all kinds of shenanigans at night, riding to the church. Then here, no, not for several months.
Ebunstalt.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Pretty much.
So, yes, she is going to enjoy the alone time with the one she loves.
Aw, how sweet. Oh, so lonely.
Who says romance is dead? She's over
I do.
700 years old, not dead. That does not equal dead.
No, it just means cougar.
Definitely
Fact.
cougar.
Meow.
Well, she picked her prey, she stalked it, and then she claimed it.
Rocking that cradle.
Eh,
Talk about a
was
baby rock.
consent, so is it cradle robbing if the baby says yes?
To be fair, anybody who had parental control died.
Oof.
Technically,
Oh,
the one who would have parental control over Seven doesn't exist currently.
The closest thing is Sam.
oh,
Who there's two of in this time frame. But nobody knows
yeah.
this.
They, the Drows did, which is why they were surprised you were such an easy target and went down almost so easily.
Yeah, but they're all dead, so no witnesses.
Oh god.
Yeah. Like, you're not acting like yourself. You're not as strong as yourself. Oh, we're dead.
Rip.
Technically, they almost killed her, but then someone
They
else.
wanted her alive.
Only if she had gotten back up or if they'd started making their trip out of there and she caused problem, would they kill her and transport part of her, like a lock of hair or something, proving it in their mind. Otherwise, taking her back alive is far more valuable.
Yeah, well, no such success for them.
I mean, also, they would have waited till she got in the room, probably both jumped her and tried to kill her in the first place, but they wanted to talk to her and ask her, please come back.
And
Please.
she had absolutely no idea what they were talking about, so of course she said no.
Yeah, amnesia. Yeah, who the hell are you people? No.
I just love how all that shit went down. While Estelle's like, wait, what the fuck is going? All right, I guess I'm going.
Something
Yep.
happened again.
I can't even like have a drink without one of you four doing something.
You're one of the four.
I know.
Part of the problem, part of the solution. Both.
Yes.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Yes.
That too. Although there's not a ship yet or a crew yet.
Wait for it.
Listen.
So Stella will get up in the morning since she's the least detained and get up and walk around and she'll bump into Jill who will just be like, oh, so first to rise, huh? And how was last night again?
Good. But I will have to leave. Oh well. Take them in
Seem,
stride, right?
seem a little disappointed.
I mean, he was very pleasurable. I mean, who wouldn't be?
Oh, I wouldn't know.
Ooh. Well, you get to be traveling with us.
Is that an invitation?
I don't see why not.
Ooh. Well, then I look forward to it.
I do. I feel bad for Ash though. I don't think that he would be able to handle leaving someone. From my
Um,
understanding, is that she was his first.
oh, you're afraid her claws have sunk in too deep. Well,
Most likely.
if he chooses to stay behind, then so be it. He can take my spot and handle all the paperwork and headaches and dealing with Larry.
I don't think that he's smart. Well, maybe. It's a definite
don't you
maybe.
sign? Don't you sign up Ash for this?
Oh,
Honestly, honestly, it seems more like your kind of work as Lydia. I'm just kidding.
oh, in real life, most definitely.
Well, it is unfortunate, like you said, what happens to a lot of these individuals soon. But, Grimvain, you all, me, you just gotta take it, as you said, in stride. They'll be missed. Although, things work out well. Some of them will make it, and I hear even travel overseas and probably look for the one who changed them. Maybe set up outside a small town somewhere in the forest, raise some animals. They seem to like wolves and dogs a lot.
I do think that they might wind up building some sort of hamlet.
Possible. They're capable of adapting to city life. Which point you two will continue talking down the hall. Time will progress. Everybody will eventually get up to eat after several hours, the last of which being Sam and Seven, to everyone's surprise. Seven is usually up and about, prancing around, eating as much food as possible, and Sam's usually working. Huh, that's weird.
Estella gives a fist bump
Then again,
directed.
Sam doesn't show up to breakfast, and because Sam doesn't
Seven
have any,
has his
doesn't eat
breakfast.
breakfast.
Estella gives out like a fist bump for Seven.
And it's just come out later on. His clothes is like a mess. So is his hair.
Your shirt got a little torn up, so you do have to get the druids to do a little bit of mending on it magically to put it back together.
It happened again, Ma.
The one who helps you is the brother of hers and puts your clothes back together. He just sort of like puts a hand on your shoulder, just sort of like looks you in the eyes, not sure if he should yell at you or praise you, and then just sort of like walks off.
It may have also, or may not have been a pat of condolences.
Get
Kind
some
of like one of
sleep.
those things like you know you should just taken your shirt off, man. You would have gotten shredded. And two, you better not hurt my sister, otherwise I'll hurt you. But also congratulations for making her happy. But if you hurt her, just a whole lot of back and forth. It's like, don't I feel a little conflicted about this, but here, your shirt's fixed. Did it for my sister, not you, but congratulations. And bye.
Au revoir, farewell.
Which point you guys will eventually meet up afterwards and for lunch, and the commander will be there who stands close to Estella, Danielle in disguise, and Grimvain shows up and goes, "Okay, so been a while. You guys are good, stuck around longer than you need to, but you probably have to be on your way, most likely, seeing as you have a lot to deal with and certain individuals waiting for you, unless you want to stick around longer.
I think we
Uh,
have jobs to do and need to get to it.
yep.
As I understand, you got 2 years and only a couple of miles to travel.
No, no,
Only take
that's
you a
two
few
years to
months.
pull everything off and a lot more travel.
I mean, honestly, your best option is probably taking the little fade door gate walk path, whatever the hell they call it, on up to the north, go through the deep forest, watch out for deadly monsters and hunters and all kinds of other crazy stuff, and maybe human patrols. Slip into the human territory, which are human, so walk in, make it to the capital after you reach a small town, get a carriage or wagon ride, and there do your business and either take a boat ride around to the south and head back up north to the site, or you can ride down, walk down, whatever, and then find your way back over to this side of the continent where things are somewhat less creepy. As two elves holding hand come walking by naked. I hate this place so much.
Yeah, not a single
Yes,
smithy.
so plenty time.
Yeah,
Hey, at
yeah,
least
plenty of
the
time we don't have to spend here.
looking
It
at this.
just me or does the elven form just disgust you?
It depends on their flexibility, to be honest.
Just looks
Seven
over at Estella.
is Seven's still going to be in his drow esque form, so he's just gonna stare over at her like, really?
Still, she just shrugs, smirking.
Okay.
Dwarf's just gonna sort of glance not at Estella but over at the commander, who just sort of like looking down at her, almost like puppy dog eyes. Just looks back over at the other three as he just sort of like repositions himself to where Estella's almost at his back.
Okay.
Well, it's been something with you all here, but I was informed by the druids that they had some parting gifts for you and other surprises, not to mention we have some leftover junk that they aren't going to use.
Oh.
So I've got some things to give to you. Snaps his fingers, the commander comes walking over, pulls out from a sack, and starts handing out delicious goodies. Because this is for you, Sam. A little spear, some bracers. Here's a rod for. Walks over to Acela. Here's a rod and a cloak. Here for you, my little fella. A beautiful little fang. You got a little clasp made of metal. I'm not sure why they think you need jewelry. And a pair of boots. Not sure how you're going to wear those. And here's a sack for you, boy, and a pair of boots. Honestly, I think you got the best stuff. And he just sort of like pets Ash on the shoulder. Honestly, like he thinks you got the best stuff.
Huh. Thank you.
And then he turns and like walks away and starts heading inside. At which point you see Larry come out. Sir, the diplomats are here. God, I hate you, Larry.
He walked into that one.
That honestly reminds me way too much of having to deal with Killian's bullshit.
At which point he heads in. And he pretty much disappears. Meanwhile, at that point, almost like out of view because you were so distracted by that, you turn around and you see walking up is Jill with a couple little knickknacks in hand. Goes, I brought you some parting gifts that were handed down by some of the local residents that said they didn't need them anymore. And I also wanted to contribute to all the entertainment you brought to camp. Mostly because they're really bored and all they take care of is elf refugees and go out and die in combat. So literally, you brought a whole new spark of entertainment and knowledge, and proven that some humans aren't too bad. She just sort of like turns toward Estella and gives a wink on that human comment.
Estella just smirks.
Thank you for being the whore.
Oh!
You're welcome!
Sam actually did stuff to help these people.
He
You just fucked
walks.
the guys.
Jill walks over to Sam.
Hey.
Goes, "Here's a pair of gauntlets for you." As she goes to hand him over, she sort of like pulls them back for a moment. Apparently, these were used by one of the former high-ranking warriors and is very important to these people.
Be right
So
back quickly.
definitely smile that you got these. The commander's kind of looking over. As you notice, the commander standing next to Estella is like staring over at you, like waiting for a response, like you were opening a Christmas present.
Wait, for me? Or.
Pulls out
For
the mod.
Sam getting those
Oh.
gauntlets. So
Is it?
apparently, it's something that basically given to one of their best warriors. So
Aww.
that means it either came from or belonged to him or belonged to Forlona. So it
Looking them
basically
up.
came from one of their best,
This is the Storm Gauntlets?
the Storm Gauntlets.
She's gonna look over at them, start realizing what they are, and she will get a smile on her face.
At which point he'll just sort of like get a smile on his and then look back at Stella, just sort of like give a nod happily, like a little boy.
He's so cute. Too bad you're gonna die.
Oh! Out of character. On point. Harsh, but on point.
She's like, I think they're happy about all the work you did around here and also being just on point with information and making the boss kind of happier. Although I think that credit really goes to a dog, but apparently they see that as a well, I don't know why they think you're in charge. Honestly, I don't see it. And
Are
she
they
just sort of turns and walks away.
referring to Sam or referring to Estella?
Yes.
referring to Sam. Apparently, Jill doesn't like Sam too much, and she let it kind of slip. Like, I don't see why everybody flings so much hoopla onto you, like you're the commander. I don't see it. You're just someone here who works with their hands. Whatever. She's a
Oof.
Works
little
with her
bit
hands.
jealous because going back to the part of she wanted to sleep with you and the dog got in the way and you weren't interested, so she's a little spurned.
Out of character, I
But
was
you're
gonna
not
say
aware of that, so it just comes off as her being rude.
maybe it's because she's a skilled warrior, works to help out the place, doesn't ask for anything in return.
Nah.
Nah,
it,
probably
it
not.
goes it goes over Sam's head, but Seven and Estella know why she's acting the way she is to Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam doesn't. It doesn't bother her at all. Doesn't think twice
Mhm.
about it.
At which point then she walks over to Estella and goes, "Here's a pair of bracers for you, sweetie.
Thank you.
I made sure to pick out something nice that goes well with you and will make you look good.
Always hear aesthetics are key.
Belong to some of their scouts and such. Um, like to fly around, shoot arrows and such. Figure they'd be quite useful for you. They only have like 4 pairs of these, so I got you one.
Nice.
They
Thank
won't
you.
miss it."
Out of character. They won't miss it. Hold up.
Which point walks around and goes over to Ash. "Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not sure how useful this will be to you. But we got you this helmet. Apparently, this was left by an individual who paid a visit here once. Said he kind of outgrew it. If you have any questions, you can ask for the girl you've been sleeping with about it. Apparently, it's part of her crush on the guy who keeps dropping off books and documents. He left this once."
That's gonna get Ash's attention a great deal. Except I
Which
think the
point,
person in question went AFK.
yes, he did. At which point, then she'll walk over and look at Seven and be like, um, "Sweetie, you have to come with me. You're gonna have to. We're gonna have to get you into a new outfit."
An outfit? Okay.
"Yeah, yeah, this way. Don't worry, I'll bring him back in one piece." And pats Sam on the shoulder. A few minutes later, goes down the
Looks confused
hallway.
as to why he wouldn't come back in one piece.
Inside joke, you'll never understand.
Exactly. Sam is dense.
Takes you over to the vault where all the druid equipment is stored and kept, more wild class, other goodies, and druid equipment, and takes off one of the armors from the rack, covered in golden bird feathers. Says, "This is for you."
Oh, well, thank you. And then Seven's just going to strip down and put on the clothes.
Like, there you go. That should replace your armor. So, the best part is, I hear that you can actually use some of the benefits while you're transformed, which is why they coveted them. That belonged to the last commander. You know,
Oh,
before the boss killed him.
well, I hope it doesn't have any blood on it, but if it does, I hope it tastes good.
No, no, he aimed for the head, so none got on the armor.
Well, it's nice.
And of course, he wasn't going to wear it because it's druid armor and it's prissy little feathers, so I don't like it. So guess who gets it?
I do.
Yep, they won't miss it that it's gone. And
I
especially if
don't
it's going
like
to a
wearing
friend of
clothes.
his, not a problem.
Okay.
Which point you'll head back out and you can shift back to your form and you'll have access to those abilities as she explains how it works, as all the items will be explained how they work. And going back to your Shig, she handed yours off third after she went through Estella's. She basically walks up to you and goes, "Here's a helmet. Not sure how useful it's going to be to you or if you can even use it, but yeah, it does these things, and here's how you activate it. If you have questions about where it came from, you need to ask for that girl you slept with. Apparently, it belonged to the guy that came and visited once. He left a bunch of books with her and this helmet because he didn't need it.
Huh. Thank
So
you very much.
basically, the guy who dropped off all the hero notes and that she ended up idolizing everything, one that you want to meet, basically left this helmet and now it's being handed off to you, and apparently it has all these magical benefits that she describes to you, capable of doing.
Ash puts on the helmet, and then he hears a shudder, but he hears it from Kabu. Kabu, are you okay? I'm fine.
Got the
Oh,
good,
his dick's shriveling up.
He's
got
a bug.
the
He doesn't
good
have one.
tingly.
It's
Eh,
because of the. Apparently, the helmet doesn't agree with Kabu.
It's good aligned. He is not.
Mhm.
I know.
Not yet, he isn't.
No.
Eh, we'll see. Yeah, he's just a lawful neutral creature.
But thankfully, he counts as a weapon. So because you're wielding him, it affects his shards.
Yeah.
No, it only affects
No
melee
wonder
weapons.
Oh, that's right, melee.
Oh, sad. Otherwise, it'd be hilarious. You're forcing him to use good attacks.
Forcing Kabu to be good.
What is
Such an
this
asshole.
feeling?
What horrors did you bring upon this man? I just told him what's right and wrong, mate.
Then, at which point Jill's done, the commander will say farewell and give Estella a kiss on the hand, and then take off in bird form, flies away. At which point, a scary individual comes walking up as you see a 6 foot tall female lycanthrope covered in blood come proceeding up to you all. Jill just turns around, like quickly takes a step back, like, oh, which point she holds out a sack and hands it over to Ash, leans over, sniffs him, and gives him a lick on the cheek
I
and
just
walks off
blink. I just smile, just waits for her to see her for Lena.
as she goes galloping off and shifts down into wolf form.
Okay.
Kabu face me. I'm surprised you recognize it was her. I could recognize those claws. I could recognize those claws anywhere.
Yeah, makes sense.
At which point, what you get handed is a assortment of goodies that she leaves for the party through other actions that you guys helped out with allowing some of the druids be able to interact with Seven, and Danielle keeping the commander busy and happy since he's been a little depressed losing troops recently. Sam helping out with keeping her brethren from killing each other or her having to put them down in their sleep or while they're trying to sleep.
Sparring partner
And
for a day or two with a couple of people also. Meh.
yeah, also a little bit of training helps out since they're used to fighting one way, and a little weapon or hand to hand kind of helps. And then Ash, well, making her a very happy woman. So she hands out 4 little knickknacks that she has collected and been given as champion, which she doesn't really use, and passes them over to Ash to hand out to the party. Hence the other 4 loot items, which are bonus items for your interaction with the guys and groups of NPCs. Sam will have to identify those for us. They don't.
I figured Sam would probably have to go through most of it. But
Jill
since
will
that does
explain how
cost.
they work and the rules for activation of all of them and any magic words required. The other 4, no clue. She probably had those under her bed or something.
Yeah, I'll figure those out. That takes me all of like probably 4 minutes.
At which point you have those goodies to separate plus your own if you want to keep them, swap them amongst each other, whatever. At which point Jill's like, well, that was a little disturbing. Don't even want to think about what the kids would look like between the 2 of you.
It's a good thing that I always get to
Would they look
choose.
like half elves?
Yes.
Jill just sort of like cocks ahead, just like stares at Sam. Yeah, sure.
I mean, human, elf.
That's
It's
not
half elf.
clearly I was getting at, but yeah, I'm sure that's yes.
On the bright side, a little puppy's running around isn't a bad thing.
Except what if they don't out of character?
Out of character.
They're not gonna come out as lycanthropes, and they're gonna have little things attached to their body.
I don't know.
Lycanthrope is a template, dude.
Yeah.
They would have the intelligence of an orc.
Yeah, possible.
That's gonna be funny.
Um, you've tainted the past with your far realm bloodline, you monster.
I have done nothing.
He thinks he's human.
Half the party's aberrations, half the other half is shapeshifters. So meh.
Dude, my taint is a pure taint.
Bathed in some holy water recently, did you?
Our taint is the taint of all.
Exactly. We spread our genes wherever the
No.
fuck we want.
It's because the way you said it. My taint is a pure taint.
Anyway, Jill's like, well, if you're all ready, Sam's done looking at the knickknacks. Shall we head for the gate and move on?
I.
Yes.
We got a long list for us. Yay.
Unfortunately.
Let's head over in this direction. We'll have to go through the refugee camp. Try not to get distracted by the little orphan elf children.
It's fine.
I can't have kids anyways.
I choose not to.
I
Are we going to have to blindfold you?
no, she can go.
Alright.
I would rather leave him behind. He would fit in well with the children.
I have a job to do.
We have a job to do. Let's get going. Please.
Oh, it's just
Jill.
going to be fun hanging out with all of you. I just know I'm going to have all kinds of information to report back on.
Yes, depending on who you're reporting to, they probably already know it.
I can give you a basic group dynamic.
They
How
really
about
do.
With
Wow.
acting and everything.
Ooh. Well, I guess if I can't be with Sam, you turning into her could be the next best thing.
Wait, what?
We have to roleplay
Okay.
later.
I mean, I guess, but
Sam's looking confused. Wait, what?
nothing.
Just a little practice exercise.
Yes, for whenever I have to wind up taking your place for some sort of undercover position.
Body double.
Yes.
Worried about your safety.
No offense, Estelle, but I could never act as if you were Sam.
Oh, I know.
The other thing is, aren't you more at risk due to your abilities than me?
I just. Let's just go.
Out of character. Remember, Sam is dense.
R/whoosh is her embodiment.
And you guys proceed on through, past away from the hill. It's like the mouth with the waterfall, the birds basically watching, the elves, druids going around, and then you go through the little encampment where the rescued elves are being held till they can be tended to and then shipped back home. And then you head over to where you started, and an elf basically directs you over a certain way, and he basically walks through and sticks his hand as it basically like disappears into nothing and tells you to proceed, that the guardian is welcoming. And then you all proceed, and all of a sudden you're just in a different part of the forest. Looks larger, and the camp's no longer behind you. No, nothing's behind you but more brush and trees and such.
And gate travel success. All right.
Well, that should do it, as Jill remarks. I guess we're there. In the northern forest, closer to your goal.
Mm. Yes. Well, let's proceed on. No point in hanging around. Doesn't accomplish
Thank you
anything.
for everything, Joe.
If you get me killed, little man, I'm going to haunt you.
Wouldn't be
And
the
I know
first
people
time.
who can make that a possibility.
Wouldn't be the first time.
And it probably won't be the last.
Nope.
Which point you all will proceed walking
Ghosts are very annoying.
for quite some time as several hours pass. and the brush starts to get a little bit thicker more and more as you look before you. It just becomes even denser in the forest,
Ugh.
but that's quite a bit of ways ahead of you. Unfortunately, before you get to the denser area, you do run into a slight bit of noise and panic as you hear wolves howling, and then next thing, there is critters jumping out in front of you.
Michael, I have a question. Is
Yes,
there any time difference between the wolves howling and the jumping?
not really. You basically just hear some like noise off in the distance. Next thing you hear howling, and then they come rushing out in front of you as you
Oh,
see forward and an orc.
nuts. Because we had time, I was gonna cast a spell to help with that, but nope, no time, so nope, not helping.
All right,
And
swords
it
out.
I did have a question beforehand. Did anybody want that shirt?
What is that shirt?
Gives you
It look.
DR3 slashing. If someone's wielding a slashing weapon, they overcome the DR, otherwise applies to all physical attacks.
You might need it more than I do since you tank more often.
That was part of my concern, yeah.
Go for it, mate.
And then I have the bracers to back that up with. Although, since it's two different types of DR, does it have to bypass? Do they stack with each other, Michael?
they would not stack. It'd be whichever one applied under the
Okay.
circumstance.
So if they're
So if
wielding a
like you got
slashing weapon,
bit or yeah,
if they're wielding slashing, I can use the bracers. If they're not wielding slashing, then the shirt.
pretty much. If Ash or Seven or Estella don't want them, then it definitely falls to you. Then
Yeah.
you'll get a new fancy shirt to wear.
I could swap it for the
Wait,
undead
wait,
one for the moment.
hang on. What's this? Oh,
DR slashing.
oh,
I mean, no,
so you could.
outside of me, nobody else has a magical shirt at the moment. So if one of
Yeah,
y'all
you
wants
could
it, go
use.
for it.
I mean, I could use it, but
I have a
eh.
way of getting DR already.
Okay, I could take it then because I am always up in close and personal.
That the reason I'm asking is because if we're getting in a fight, we've had some time of travel. Sam would have been able to tell you what that was.
Yeah, I would probably take it unless Estella really wants it.
I think she already said no because she's range based.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll go. I'll go with the. I'll take the shirt.
The only reason I'm asking is because there's fixed to be a fight. We would have had time to figure it out. Might save somebody's ass.
Yeah, I'm putting on the shirt.
Probably won't apply in this particular fight since bite is all, and the orc is wielding a great axe with slashing, but could help for other fights.
Correct.
Never know when you'll need it. So you guys have your goodies and equipment.
I have
Had
noted
time
that
to
I am
equip
wearing
them and
certain
apply them.
ones.
And then I will need initiative rolls as fight is up with baddies rolling. Oof, decent initiatives.
Hello?
Welcome back.
Back.
Welcome back.
Sorry. Don't
You
know what
went bye
happened
bye.
there.
Oops. Select.
I love.
Oh crap!
Oh, you're last.
I am indeed last. Also, Shake, I sent you the info for the shirt.
Yeah, I'm copying it. I found it on the page too. So basically, only slashing can get through, right?
Correct.
Have fun with your new jewel toys, Seven. Hey, I think you'll like orc. Oh yeah, it is more orc, ain't it?
What's for dinner?
Well, we'll eat the wolves.
Oh, but I hate wolves. They're always so stringy.
Shut up and eat your food.
I think they want to eat you.
Yeah, not happening.
First up will be Seven.
Is anybody overly surprised?
No.
I mean, the Berserker had a decent chance. within charge range.
I am going to charge.
Boom.
Charge is a full round action. Do you wish to
Yeah.
burn a point?
Yes, I will be pointing a point.
1 point into it, +2 to hit. Need to AC, but you get to apply the benefits.
Yep, she loses a point, which means the rest of us can get it. And it's only a -1. She's getting a +2 to hit from charge. It balances out really easily.
So she has a +1 to hit,
Yep,
AC,
and I'll be right back.
and definitely a hit against that poor little work.
And then, because they're flat-footed,
Yeah, it may just be flat dead. Oh, 1 life. You couldn't finish it.
oh my god!
Skin of its teeth. So still standing, but oh my gosh, you basically ran up and gutted that wolf as it coughs blood and stumbling as you catch it by the neck. Next
Hey,
up is the Orc Berserker.
Oh god, it's reserved.
hey, we're level 8 now. Or level 7, I think. Well, yeah, level 8.
7.
7?
Well,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
7.
Never
7.
mind. I have too
7
many
is
levels now, just in general.
7 is 7. And 5. And 30 as he will proceed up and scream in Orcish and yell and hit his chest, grab his weapon and rage and go on a swinging frenzy, which in this case only consists of 1 attack. And his to hit. 24. And he deals 20 damage. As he tears into the dog who bit his dog. And next up is the Wurg. Little Mr. One Life's gonna try his best at you. Poor little puppy.
We put healings in the tower, right?
13 to hit, no way. Other one will take a 5-foot step. 22 will
Yeah.
hit. And 1d6, 4, 8 damage. And
How dare they do this to my doggo?
because guy with the axe who's raging happened to hit pretty hard.
I noticed that. That's why I said, how dare they do this to my doggo?
And the Wurg will attempt to trip you. At which point you can make a strength or dex-based check versus it. You beat it.
I was gonna say, with the bonus, because 4-legged.
And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So has to double move with the charge over to Estella. And then other one should be able to do the same. Yep. And bolts over to here at Ash. So that bumps him up to a 9. 25 versus Daniela. Estella. That's a hit. Six points of damage as it bites into you. And you will need to make a check as it tries to drag you to the ground. Dex or strength.
Grapple, right?
Now you're
Trip.
being tricked.
Oh,
It's
trip.
trip attempt.
Which
He wants to bring you down to his level. He wants your face level with his teeth.
and you're fine, so you don't get dragged to the ground.
Bad
And
dog.
and jeez,
These
neutral
are
Oh,
dice.
highly roll again.
High rolls. Lots of high rolls.
Michael,
Apparently so. It's okay. You'll be fine.
we are doomed.
And exact same thing I did to you. These dogs are in sync. Shig takes 6 point damage, and you need to make a save, otherwise be tripped.
They had the exact same to hit and damage rolls.
Oh my god. Knocked prone.
Yep. As you are dragged to the ground as it grabs a hold of you, and you try to throw yourself off, and then you slip and fall backwards. And next up is Danielle.
Fucking asshole. Obviously psychically charged because
Why wouldn't you in the morning?
exactly.
Mhm. Are you conjuring and stabbing, or are you backing up
Yeah.
and throwing? And weapon from nowhere and stab. And thanks to its reduced AC, you actually hit because it's charged.
All right.
And you hit it for 10, and you get your little psychic bonus.
What? How many is it this time? I think it's just a 2d8. Yes, it should just be.
At this level, it should just be one.
Oh.
I think
Oh
level
no,
8
that's
or
next.
10.
Yes.
It's a little bit slower progression, but higher dice. 2 points. Boop. All right. And that is burned on it, but does add a little bit more lethal.
Mm-hmm.
And any movement actions or anything?
Just charging it again.
Move action charge. Okay. Ash, your turn.
If he could move just
Okay,
one square further up.
I can't crawl 5 foot step, can I?
No,
You
not as a crawl.
can, but you would draw an attack of opt.
Yeah,
Your
so
whole
like,
movement would be to move one square, provoke an attack.
Yeah. Which
and if I
same
try to
movement
stand
is-
up, it'll attack me just to strip me again, right?
It will try. If it
Possibly.
hits you, then yes, it gets another attack, which means it gets a free trip attempt, which means another save not to be dragged back to it.
Okay, well, here goes the thing. Sending myself back up and to see if it'll bite me or not.
Let's see. The bonus from charge would still apply to his hit for the round. Double check on that just to make
No, the
sure.
bonus of charge is only for that single attack.
During the charge, so
He
it's
has
only
just
if
that, so
they'll-
he does not get that. Thank God.
Yeah. Essentially, it's because of the forward momentum.
11. Woo!
yeah,
Big time
that's a
miss.
miss.
You
And now
can
I'm
stop.
It's
I'm
like
back up on
access
my feet,
denied.
and I grab my weapon and I attack.
Do it, holy man.
Holy.
Would
These
he be
things
able to
are
5 foot
evil.
step?
And
There's a blanket. There's a space in between them.
now
Uh,
attacking him.
I have some time before things call for me, so I'm gonna get me some ice cream. I'll be back.
My question is, would Ash be able to 5 foot step up one square?
Yes, I would.
Good if you told him to do so.
Ash, can you please move over a little bit?
Yeah, after my attack, I would. And I'm sure that I'm pretty sure that might kill him. And that imply, and since I know that wargs are evil, I already applied the 1 extra damage.
Alright, so 18 total. It is still alive, a little bit below half, thanks to your holy bonus, your weapon, and did you do your psychic?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's been a while since I did my psychic. What is it? 1d8.
Yes. And since it automatically triggers when you hit a living target, I am inclined to remind you. And that'll
Oh, yeah.
bring him down to 6
And the
life
other
left.
last thing I had, the other psionic thingy, the mind blade, the psionic. Man, it feels good to do all these things again. It's been a while since I've been in combat.
It has been a while for combat and game session,
2d6 of extra damage, and
There's been lots of roleplay.
I
Lots of
think I'm,
roleplay.
I think he's dead.
which has paid out well for you guys, item wise and other stuff,
Oh, yeah.
and development of skills. Yeah. And
Oh,
then
you blew
2d.
everything, including your psychic focus, I guess.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Psychic focus and my psionic charge thingy.
Excuse me.
Boom. And it is down by 3 points, so technically negative and die. That will bring it over to Sam's turn.
Is Ash gonna move?
He did move 5 feet up. He was there.
Oh. Mm,
Yeah, can't charge.
that's what I was hoping, because then I could give her the pointed tower for full round, but I can't do that.
Yeah. He would literally had to move there, or be able to move even further than 5 feet.
No, if he could have moved there, that would have been
Yeah,
fine.
then it would have been possible. Oh well, he killed it. One less than me. Besides, I
Yeah.
figure you'd be heading over to help your doggo.
I
Your
can't
big
get there in one turn, is the only drawback.
get to there and then like burning hands or something.
Uh-uh.
No.
That's double move.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah. Best you can do
Furthest
is
I get
magic
is there.
missile the one with 1 life and kill it.
Yeah. I'm double checking something else. See if.
Limited option.
Oh, that's right. I can do that.
Yes, you can.
It's caster level.
I'm
Where's
back.
Player's Handbook?
Welcome back.
Yes, I got
Because
Haagen
base
Dazs
stats for this
Belgian.
thing are very, very shitty. Because it's bare minimum. Which means I don't know if I can actually do any damage worth a damn. Oh, it does actively say that, so I'm not going to do that. Yep. So then... I click something on the map. And up. There we go. Alright, so then... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... And pull out wand and eternal wand of magic missile blast that fucker.
One less, which is one less to flank.
Cause do I need to roll the damage?
Not really, no. I
Minimum
mean,
2
it deals
points.
a minimum of 2, so yeah.
Meow.
I think it's 1 life will render it unconscious.
1 magic missile.
Ha ha ha.
By the way, did you roll initiative for Jill?
She delayed. To bottom of the order to let everyone else get out of the way, so then she, in essence, could be either what could be argued bottom or top of a niche. Because she prefers to go firsties. Which, yeah, basically that's exactly what I was going to have her do, flank the work. And she will get to there with her double move. That way she's helping. At which point she'll just run over there, clap her hand, and say, "Come and bite me! Come and bite me! I'm a tasty human! Come on, kill it, Danielle!"
I'm a tasty human.
Thanks,
Somebody please
love.
put this thing down.
And it is Seven's turn. So many chew toys, so many choices. So what do you do? Orc meat, dog meat.
I'm going to take my point out of power. Let me just update that really quickly. Boop. And then I'm going to fighting defensively.
Ooh.
Take my bite. For that one. And you need to subtract fighting defensively, which I think is a -2.
4, I think.
Player's handbook says. Bum, bum, bum. Where the hell is it? Fighting defensively. -4 penalty to attack, but +2 dodge bonus to AC. But in your case, it's higher because of your tumble and such.
Yeah.
So that's a
So,
15 to hit.
Yeah. And
that'd be a
against
15.
him. That hits him because his AC is crap. And damage will mess him up just a tiny bit. Can't do math in head. Okay, much better. There we go. Sizable dent. All right. And then next up, we have it coming over to their turns again. Flashed for a moment. That's weird. Bump. And swings to hit. 15 will not hit.
No.
From
That's not going to hit anybody in this group.
Work's turn. We'll do a 5-foot step over and attempt to bite you. Ooh. Due to your increased AC, thanks to find defensively, it does miss. So critical fail card, Adam, for puppy dog.
Ooh. Fun times.
Alright.
Natural. Sneeze! You are dazed for 1 round.
Oh,
Poor
He
thing.
bites so hard it makes
It-
himself sneeze, and he's
It was
dazed.
about to bite, but it sneezed.
Ach.
I think dog sneezings are some of like the cutest sounds. Mine just sound like pterodactyl sounds.
I think we need Dan for that. All right. And then next up after them,
Aw, he moved to there. That makes it easy for me.
Danielle. You got the flank. You can do the sneak attack and the energy strike as long as you hit. You get a +2 bonus to try to hit. I mean,
You
could
can do
take a
it.
full round to put a point in. Char. 31, that's very much a hit.
Now
So the
roll your
4
extra damage
from the D8
and the sneak attack.
and then the sneak attack. 3. You get the sneak attack. 4. All right, bringing him down low, down to 7.
He,
But it is not the 7.
yeah, no, he is not the 7.
And then I assume move action to recharge. Sure. Ash, your turn.
Well, since I see them doing. I see Seven needing help. I'm gonna charge over at the dog.
Uh,
Charge.
bring it right down on its neck. Do it. Can you do it?
Dog is flank.
Do get the flank, so that is a plus. Charge plus flank equals a +4 to hit.
Power attacking for a lot. Because why not? Ooh.
Ouch!
Sweet. Something of something. Uh, of its 30 life, it just lost 26, so you get to roll your D8.
No, he
You've
doesn't.
already, no?
He's not psionically focused.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I couldn't
Yes.
psionic focus because I had to charge.
But you did already apply the +1 from it being evil, so.
Yep.
So you just basically really put the hurt down, as it has 4 life left.
Rolling max damage can do that.
Yeah. And Sam's turn.
Uh,
You can
charge as
rinse
well.
and repeat. Alrighty. +2 to hit.
-1 because of tower. Give the squeaky the extra bonus to AC. Oh!
Oh shit.
I think that confirms.
I think so too, considering he's raging.
And I do have weapon focus at this level. My options
Yep.
are with a slashing weapon, wide open, normal damage, target provokes attacks of opportunity from all threatening opponents. Or hamstring, normal damage, D2 dex damage, targets knocked prone. I'm going to go with wide open.
Yeah.
Because that means he then provokes attack of opportunity from both me and Seven.
So let's see. That's 13 damage
13 damage.
plus the 9, because it does deal double damage still, right?
No, this is normal.
Okay. so
Swords are
just
only
the
a ×2.
13.
So I only get 1 set of damage.
And then as you slash him in the back, he rears back, giving an opening for 7, and 7 gets an attack of up. Nom 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 nom. And jump up. That's a hit.
Is he still up?
Got 6 life left, and that's only because he's raging.
Guess what? It says all threatening opponents.
So it gives you another one, or was it meant for everyone? Now?
What
It just
the
says
hell?
the card literally says all threatening opponents.
Oh my. Uh, a little bit crit happy, aren't you? Are we today?
Target provokes attacks of opportunity from all threatening opponents.
Which you are a threatening opponent. Although I'm pretty sure the intention was everybody else, but as the card reads. That's another confirmed crit. Not that you really need it, but next card.
Next option, slashing, surprise opening. Oh god. Double damage and 1 free attack against the target with a -5 penalty. Or flat of blade whack, triple damage but all is non-lethal. I would go with surprise opening.
So all that I imagine is you go right up there, no one hurts my dog, and runs him through in the back. He rears back. 7 jumps up at his throat, drags him to the ground. You twist your blade in him. 7 tears out his throat, and he's dead. As
Yeah.
you both basically get extra attacks, and he takes that 9, which puts him at -3. 7 gets a free attack at -5.
No. I would get the extra attack. It's double
You get-
damage, so it's the 9 plus
13. He's 100% dead. You get
yeah,
extra attack.
and then I would get an extra attack if I wanted it at a -5.
So he goes to
Very dead, very fast.
negative
The
like
barbarian.
11. Then he loses com buff, which takes him to uh ooh
Dead?
extra
He's
eight
super dead.
points. So he's at negative 21, and then he drops to his knees, and you bring that katana across his neck and take his head off with that extra attack because you can't miss on a guy who's has zero AC.
Yeah. So
Well, I mean,
that's
he has like the 4 AC from the armor, but he takes penalties for having no dex, so
and
technically
I
that's
get
0.
I can't remember if it's and I also get a +2 because he's prone.
Don't roll a 1, and his head comes clean off.
I still get the
So,
bonus because of charge. -5, so 16.
oh no, you hit that 2 AC.
So that means in
And
one round that
run,
was
charge, run through.
26,
7 grabs
35,
throat.
47
You
damage.
twist your blade. He drops, pull out blade, swing, head comes off, and dead. So much for that threat.
Yeah, that was I'd never expected to be able to chain crits like that.
And it is Seven's turn.
Jill,
Oh, yeah. Bomb the order. Uh,
stab the thing.
I would ask with what weapon?
She doesn't have a weapon?
No.
What?
I'm gonna hand her my daggers later.
She will withdraw over to here. She basically like goes running off. You're doing fine, sweetie. You got this. Love you. And Work's turn. Hey, she came
No, no,
along as a guide and for other benefits.
Wait a minute, you skipped me.
Yep. 7.
It's
Going to
Seven's
rip
turn.
that one work apart.
Mm-hmm.
Just count him as dead, why don't you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
dead.
has 4 life. So who went from 4 to instant dead at negative 10, and then
No,
negative
negative
25.
25.
She put the guy further negative than you did, man. And you got 2 extra attacks.
Yeah, but she has a higher strength. She does more damage than me.
Yeah, yeah, and you're also going to blame it on the sneak attack too. Too bad.
Yeah?
That's why you roll a rogue.
That's why they're the rogues, I'm the spell buffage.
Last word will attack and only miss.
Worg might be
I guess it's,
slightly demoralized at this point.
I think it's Tasty Snack left, so it couldn't bite at Jill anymore. So it turned around and just took a quick snap at Danielle without looking and missed.
Why did all these works get ones?
I don't
Are
know.
you really? Are you really
I'm not
complaining?
complaining.
I'm
I
not.
asked a question.
Danielle's turn to hopefully finish it off. Who knows? Maybe they just were really hungry or sick or maybe
Dead.
abused and mistreated or maybe just,
Dead.
terrible pact. And is
Dead.
that enough?
Plus the
Deal
D8.
over 7. Yes. Dead.
I didn't even want to bother rolling a psychic.
It triggers automatically, but yeah, recharge doesn't matter. And they are down.
Then gonna move over and 15 points of healing for the 7
Yeah.
as I use the belt.
Danielle walks over to Jill and is just
And
like,
again, 7 points.
and hands Jill her 2 of her daggers.
She just holds them in her hand clumsily. Toothpicks?
Daggers. Well, I guess for 7 they might be toothpicks.
I think she's concerned about the fact you are unarmed.
Yes.
Why are you so quiet? What the fuck did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Oh,
There
now
Now
you're
we
you're
go.
louder.
perfect again.
Are you
Again?
eating? Oh, you might be because you're eating ice cream.
Probably.
Coming through clearly. You're good.
Now
All
she
right.
is.
I'm supposed to do what with these?
Do you know which end goes where?
No. Do I hold
You
the sharp part that causes me to bleed?
no, you hold the handle, then you use the sharp part on other people, not
Please
us.
tell me you're
Um,
joking.
I'm gonna go check the orc while they're doing this. While Jill's playing with them.
Jill just starts walking over toward Ash. Like this, as she starts like pointing them forward, motioning her hands like she's stabbing at something. Like this, sweetie?
Yeah, something like this. Not on us, on something that's gonna kill you. Okay.
In other words, use it to defend yourself. I, are you a magic caster?
Of sorts.
If that's the case, I do not have a focus for you, so I apologize.
Jill, stop toying with them.
Put away his blade and start psionic and start charging himself, so he's psionically focused completely again.
On.
Because they're gonna take you serious.
Ahem.
Well, someone would.
Ashwood, probably.
I'm not into him. Besides, he smells like dog.
Anything on the
Well,
orc of note?
to be fair, Sam would probably smell like dog too.
You're probably right. The orc will have a masterwork great axe.
Okay. I go
He
put
will,
ice cream away now before it starts to melt. It was good.
he will have a +1 chain shirt, 3 javelins, cloak of resistance +1,
Ooh.
a potion of jump, and a potion of shield of faith +4.
Ooh. Nice, nice, and very nice. Because that's a higher level potion.
And it is also at that time that you basically hear a noise behind you as you hear a horn blow. And
Time to leave.
Testing.
you see
Welcome back.
Am I in clearly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't know why you're dusting, but yes.
I said testing.
as one of the orcs basically yells out in Orcish, and one of the ogres basically follows up in common. They kill Leater. We hurt?
The fuck?
Great. We're in another fight.
I look back at the. Can we see the ogre?
Yep. As he's towering over the trees and basically headed with a bunch of orcs in your direction. At which point Jill just like shrugs, like, "Oh sweet Jesus."
Running sounds like a good option.
Sam's gonna call out to the ogre.
Yes.
Arting would probably be a bad idea considering you'd be the one that get hurt, so I would say no.
I shut pretty woman's mouth.
Really? I shut your leader's mouth pretty easily.
Damn it, Sam.
We have been
And,
cooped up with druids. What do you expect?
and it is initiative.
Initiative time again.
It is initiative time again. Since you guys technically exited combat, had like a few
Oh,
minutes to pack up, we will get a new initiative with your newfound friends.
I like some of these new initiatives a lot better than some of the old ones.
Agreed.
My 3 I had previously. Also, are they clustered up?
They are how you see them to be.
Where are they on the map?
way down.
Oh, that's why I couldn't find them.
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
Oh, they are clustered up. Oh, this makes it so much easy.
So much easy.
I can hit them all, I think.
Oh, you got that wonderful bomb, huh?
I have a wand of it.
Nice.
Compliments of Lawrence.
Light them up, my dear.
Ooh. And here you guys thought you wouldn't have any bad things happen to you.
Is it going to be bad for us or bad for them is the question.
All depends on initiative, usually. Which first up is Mr. Speedy Pants with his fancy helmet.
Speedy Pants with fancy helmet.
Ash is up first in initiative.
Yeah, but I'm too far away. But let's see. I can move 40 because I'm psionically charged and focus.
Don't be running into trees.
Behind the trees.
Leroy Jenkins. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna
I was going to say,
go
you do
over,
that, I'm going to leave you to die.
And
I
the
know.
tree
Kidding, no,
just
I'm
down
not.
and eats him.
look over here, total
Seems
defense,
too
and that's
nice.
it on my turn.
Aha. Next up, Danielle.
Hey, Seven, wait a moment. I'm going to do something to help you out a little bit.
Seven's going to
Just, just,
pay
just,
attention to that, but just nod his head.
just one day. One day. One trip.
You can have a dagger back if you want, sweetie.
No, that's not going to help with the fact that we're just a beacon of trouble.
Hey, Jill, you use arcane wands?
Yeah, although I've got 2 daggers right now.
Would you prefer a wand that can blow them all up? On loan, of course.
I'd have to ask, as they did, who am I blowing up?
These fuckers.
Orcs and ogres.
Fine.
Uh,
Much
dropping.
better option.
Wait, I don't need to drop anything. What the hell am I talking about?
I have no idea.
I'm pulling out my bow, my short bow. Fuck, am I
I mean, I
smoking?
guess you'd be dropping your sonic blade, but not
just
that that
poofs.
matters.
Exactly.
So move, draw. You drawed your bow, so now what? Pop a shot?
You've got way too much bonuses to that bow.
I mean, the
Weapon
gauntlets.
enhancement, weapon specialization.
Not the specialization, but the enhancement. And
Is it a
focus
+1
and
bow?
power. Yes.
Alright.
There's one that we looted.
Then take off the specialization and the weapon
And a
damage.
focus, yes.
No, the weapon damage also. You don't apply your dex.
Yes. Got it.
So it was a 6. You rolled a 5 +1, so 6 damage.
Does get a +1 from the bracer she has of wind to hit. Because I believe that's
For the
like all
damage?
ranged attack. To hit.
No, the damage she's got all over. Way too.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't even looking at the hit.
Damage is just a d6 +1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which was a 5, so it's a 6 damage.
To closest baddie on the map, which he has 5 life, so guess what? In the head and falls over. Guess who got first blood? And baddie's turn.
Add a character, they're a lot squishier than I was expecting. Oh crap.
And faster than I was expecting.
Boost. So right there, sorry. Overdid. Thinking they had more speed.
Oh god, that was terrifying. That's like in a nightmare or something when the monster's like right up in your face and you are managed to escape it and then it just backs up further. It's like, oh
And
thank god.
next is Seven's turn.
Seven is going to delay until after Sam.
Okay, Sam's turn.
Pulling out a wand and hitting the 7 with mage armor. +4 to his current AC.
Tank happy.
Yeah.
And
Then I can
then
5 foot step.
it is Doggo's turn.
Yep. Doggo with absurdly high AC right now.
I do get to add armor.
+4.
+4 indeed, ladies. Okay, where is everybody? Where are they?
I'm right here.
Um,
They are to your left. If I do
And mage
that,
armor will
let's
last
see.
for the next hour.
oh my
Nice.
god. Okay, good.
Like the southern side of the map.
And then next round I can pass off the other one to
Can
Jill.
I move and then ready action?
Yes.
Standard action to ready, so yes, you can.
As long as what you're readying is a standard action or move.
Okay,
Can't ready a charge, unfortunately.
I am going to. Alright,
Could try to
island.
argue a standard action charge ready, but honestly, really count. If only. Where's Doggo going?
Move and hold defense.
Oh shit! I forgot I had these boots that give you +4.
I'm going to move right there and
Sidestep
then.
boots you just got?
Steadfast boots I had a while back. We haven't been.
Wait a minute. Good idea.
Let's
Hold the fuck up. I need to check something.
What, your quick boots?
Yes.
I have a question. If you wear a boot for one shoe and then another boot for the other,
Neither works because they come in pairs, much like
damn
bracers.
it.
Yep, gotta wear both for it to work.
It's worth a shot.
I
I'm
know.
going to just go right there. And I'm just going to wait my turn.
Ah, fair enough. Betty's turn. And they are done proceeding up to get try to in your face. And Jill's turn. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, that kind of works for her.
Since it's not my turn, I am going to AFK really quickly to put some water in a microwave.
Jill's gonna come over here to the tree instead. It works better for her. Most definitely. And then alrighty. And bop, 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 bop. Wow. Okay. Awesome. One guy made it. So that is wonderful. And she lets loose a fireball and kablamo.
Oh,
Right on
she
the
actually
tree
had
base.
fireball.
And only the first ogre managed to make the save. Which point, dead, 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 dead,
I didn't know she knew how to do fireball.
dead. She wasn't kept around for her pretty looks. And messed up. Alrighty. And it will be next to Danielle.
Hey, well, he skipped me.
Yeah, for some reason it skipped.
I'm going up right now, so I'm gonna move up to this.
By the way, that tree is
Or-
that is a solid tree, dude.
Okay, so I'm gonna have.
Well, the center of it is. You could technically move one step in if you wanted to be under brush.
So it would only be 25.
I'll be right.
Not a straight.
Still over here.
It's still the same distance, but yeah. Just as a note, trees are solid.
Yeah, I knew it was a tree. I imagine I was going around it. So
I thought they were a liquid. Or is that just the stuff inside them?
No, they're a plasma.
Oh.
gonna
There's liquid
attack it.
inside you.
Last I checked, orcs are considered evil, right? At
Most
least these
likely
ones.
so.
So, applying the damage bonus.
Evil. And obliterated to -11.
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
And ogre's turns.
Hey, Daniela.
Boop. And walk over and
Wait, what about Daniela? Wasn't it her turn?
Yeah.
yeah. And I'm just gonna refresh this thing, put back to descending order because it keeps jumping. Okay. Now go.
Daniela.
Yes, Daniela. So whoop, the yellow. They grab Ash and use him as a pinata. You gonna pick off the one orc survivor?
Is she AFK?
Yeah, she measured out.
I'm right here.
Probably had herself muted.
Yes.
So you firing the distance.
Yes.
So you'll take a -2 to hit, I
Ooh.
believe. Oof.
That's a total of 20 to hit, so that is just a miss.
Yep. Pew.
It's fine.
Boink, tink, tink, tink.
Walk over and carry a big club. They do.
But can they swing a mean stick?
Oh, about to find out. One of them can.
One of them can't.
So yeah, that's one hit.
Wait, did one of them charge at me by any chance?
Nope, they just walked. They walked right
Okay.
up because you're a tiny little human there who decided to kill their friend. So they just walk up to you and me squish. Bam.
Wait, one
Ow.
hit.
Me
And
squish.
swills. And swing and smack.
Are they
Oh,
wielding
God.
clubs or?
Yeah, it's club.
Okay.
It's club. So
Okay,
it's
so the
bludgeoning.
yeah, so the damage reduction will apply.
14 damage of bludgeoning.
-3.
So 11 only.
Huzzah.
Definitely benefit. Oh god, they rolled one max and one min.
Averages.
Pretty much. And Sam's turn.
So that is that. Aha! It's in range.
That one orc is at the
1,
bottom of the
2,
initial order.
3, 4, 5, 6. And casting Ray of Enfeeblement. I have to roll to hit.
Oh god, not his smarts.
Oh no, his strength. Yeah, I think that hits his touch AC.
Probably so.
Yeah, just a guess. He loses 7 points of strength.
Even if all of his AC was deflection, it would still hit him because he has a 16. He loses 7 strength. Well, that'll bring him down to 14.
Yeah,
Ouch. Doggo's turn.
nerf the strength.
They hit like people now.
Hmm,
You can charge to there
I'm
and
probably thinking
be
about
able to
it.
flank.
Yay, doggy do taco. Yum, 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 yum.
One tackle up against the one who's gotten strength nerfed, but not a bad thing.
Yeah, try to hit the doggo who's now got the boosted ass AC with your nerf
Natural 20
strength.
is still a hit.
If he can roll that high.
1, 2, 3, 4 AC loss, 4 to hit loss, 17. So at best it would have been a 21.
That would only have hit Ash, I think. I think everybody else has a higher AC.
And a 19 does hit them. And that will bring him down to 9 life, although I'm pretty sure the sneak attack will make that alone.
Done. So my spell
And
was useful.
sword.
It saved the Nyx from getting hit. Because a
Yes, it
21
did.
might have hit.
Well, double spell buff, so yeah. First buffed her and then weakened it, so yeah.
Buff
worked
her,
out nicely.
debuff him.
Mage armor is always a good thing.
Mhm.
Especially when you have a renewable wand of it.
And next up is Ash. Great
Well,
against ghosties.
on action.
Indeed, it is good against ghosties.
And
Sonic strike triggers. Cancels the other one. Wow.
Now, Sonic Strike and the other one only. Sonic Strike, Sonic Weapon only apply to the first attack. Or the Psionic Strike would apply to the first one that hits. Psionic Strike and the Sonic Weapon, you have to pick which attack that would be on. Which I'm assuming the second one.
Yep.
which you usually have to call out ahead of time.
Oh,
Applies
that's
for
right.
first or second.
That's right. It's like power attacking. Like you have to call it out how to hit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Oh,
going
well.
to be doing my sonic weapon again on my first attack, or I'm going to do it on my second.
Right.
That one just triggers whenever you hit.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't get choice in it, but 18 damage versus 11 life. It drops no matter what. So boof, Bud and gone. Then it's Danielle's turn. Which you got the one guy down the
Oh,
corner, kind of making a
boy.
run for it.
That little shit.
From downtown.
Must run faster. Must run faster.
Smack.
105, so that's 60, so 120, so it's still only a -2, which you get a +1 thanks to the bracer, so
About to say I could just move down.
It's still more than 60 feet, so.
Reminds me of a repeat of what happened in on the first session. One guy was left. He runs away.
Doesn't make it.
and the whack. Arrow to the back, but still standing.
All right.
And Sam's turn. He's at bottom of a niche.
1, 2,
I was gonna
3,
move
4,
and
5,
then-
6. Drawing wand and magic missile.
Okie dokie. Seven's turn.
2 points of damage to him.
He has 1 life.
I rolled a 1. What can I say?
I'm in my kitchen at the moment. If seven can charge, seven's charging.
7 can charge.
7 can, in fact, make it.
I'm just gonna roll a d20
Whee!
for 7.
It's only 1 point damage needed, so as long as you hit. You rolled a 7. 7
And
hits
7
with a.
has a plus 14 to hit.
Can you hit a 13 AC? Yes. Does it deal damage? Yes. He has 1 life. He drops. He's dead. 7 gets to bring back a chew toy.
Yeah, 7 does a minimum 10 points of damage.
No survivor. No escape. Which, if 7 hadn't, Jill would have pointed a finger and magic missiled it.
So, put away my 2 wands.
Jill will walk over to Danielle and just basically take 2 daggers and push them up against her chest. Be like, "No, I'm good."
She takes them and sheathes them and holds up her hands. All right. Looks like I won't get on your bad side.
You can get on any side.
Let's wait until we're in a tent.
And then you guys will finish up with that combat, and you'll be able to proceed further to the edge of the
Yeah.
deep forest, away from all these dangers, and rest. Uh, you're able to loot them. They have
Before
standard
I
equipment for
yeah,
big.
before I sleep, I'm gonna try to activate the helmet's healing thing. Okay, how do I use this? Okay,
Try to heal yourself up.
I will
yep.
recite the words that Jill told me of how it works, and none. Holy crap, this is awesome.
Wait, let me just check how much I have to heal my. How much cure critical is? Oh,
It
nice, 40.
is
48 plus the caster
Caster
level,
level.
which is whatever the level of the magic item is,
6
which
more
is
points of healing to 7.
probably like
Here for
9
the
or
helmet,
something.
it is a caster level of 9.
So yeah,
Ooh,
48 plus 9.
nice.
What'd you say, Adam?
6 more points of healing to you.
Okay, thank you.
I didn't know how much you were at.
6 put me at max.
Okay. I
Which
didn't
is
know how
better
much you
for
were down to know if a full day's of rest would help you or not.
I like this helmet.
You just say that out loud after you get healed up. It's like, all my wounds are gone. This sounds great. Jill just makes a snide remark in Elven.
Which I
Uh,
think
Which all the rest of us
that's
speak.
Yes,
the same.
everyone knows. Yes, Ash has been learning Elven too. He
Jill
does know
just
Elven
little
now.
peeks it. Stand next to Danielle. She just makes a little snide comment of, figures he'd like that helmet, just like the previous owner.
Well, let's hope he doesn't lose his head.
Uh, wouldn't that be an improvement?
Yes.
No,
I really don't see what my master sees in a lot of you.
Neither do I. For us in general.
Which point you guys, as mentioned, will be able to rest for the night, get back your level in HP, reset spells, and you'll be at the edge of the deep woods. A little bit more ominous and thick. You'll have to go through it to get to where you are going. Apparently, it's where the witch. And since
And
it
we're off
is,
to see the witch.
The wonderful witch of the forest. I don't think it has the same ring to it.
It doesn't have the same ring
woods,
to it. But it's accurate.
Yeah,
scary,
yeah.
scary woods.
Yeah,
Woods are nice though.
yeah. I
These
posted the loot
very
list of what we got off the leader guy.